Yamo ache yamo akwa Badwam TV Badwam dwumadi no eso ya hyase dada bra ye de nwom to ejeje moa de ababedru sabre ya kase no aye krado se ye de bromo edoso ne etodwa mu bi ya wobetini Metro Mass awieye na se Metro Mass buses be 20 de gunwuram nsuo ne awia na ehye wo sunyan ne mpotamu ye de honsam no ebebro na fe ya bo awramo akonsam foforo mu gomua nyanya no so langats ene de yeso wo masi hini ho ntino nanan matan kunya wo ho frɛ IGP so wo mra emeboa wo eno ne nsem bi na no pay me de bro Adom TV Badwam kase wo hwa me live on Facebook/Adom TV extra go TV 119 DSTV 280 wo YouTube so ana wo hwehwe Adom TV 2 medi de afia amankwa tamaklo afia ni de msam ni chemu ankasa eni make us say Metro Mass ahyan no be 20 de ye jagu eye enwura bi mu ewo sunyan ne mpotamu ya make us say ewie bono ensuo toguso hwehwemu no kra mpo de bi kire se benfie duni na egu ho no mu scrap dealers nso afa ho we nkraka so ho Adom TV kase etwaso
si ya ba su ya na fa se me kako ACS ba na maximum share la sisi ya nunu se ya tribi kra konfra ni na gu ya bo mi ya e ma twingi e no ma konfra no ma isi se no kro be da ya pa yan ko ne go se inji ma se da me kan se inji se sisi mu na motutu no mo da yan fa ni nkofwe se me bo a se inji sisi ma ko inji si mo tutu mu no me na ho pa se no ma
how many tutu ye
na se be be si a bambo bia ni hu ide de wa hu ni sai bambo bia papa bia no se o ma tutu ni o me na bambo bia ni hu nzo bi pa na so pe bi o hu aso betu di akọ o betu di akọ aso ampa a se no boys na omo etrika kra no omo na be se fe bia penisi yan omo be se ni gato fast service be haye o ma ntime no ke se ya anso bi bia mu na
Metro Mass ewi
nananum atan kunya ye wogomo anyanya no wogomo east mensin mu se IGP ene de bra wo mu nso aba mu na de o matekure bo wo hu ne se langas fo asi hene e wo kro no eso Adom kase etwaso
yentena krom hana sebio langard fo womba ma obido na wankade ono we si hen no yeah them not one mu ho when ya ya asafuma na wo wan ho den so papa da wakada wo resistor wo botum wa resist but ona masumdwe kwanti na obia unresist na ya fada mo kwan do ye de ye nsam ye da to IGP na nimpanfu wanyim de nkrofo wakafa won oye langard wakafa hono wanwo be share so ko hin na won onyi mbrem
nimbo ya ma IGP ene nimpanfo won bo madin na ma anambole se sal be yegomo meme wo ampane side de ko ya ebem inya no enyina no asomdwe wo fa na asomdwe ni yenyi bi wa langard ni samansam ni yema na babawo
Openi ono ne da abraze ebusua anu ewogomu anyanya no ebusua peni kwame kwanan enso ede nsemse ene tudwa
ekuru na gomu anyanya no nya asomdwe to biara awo kuru ha no onya agbotar onya asomdwe yemfanta ye
bampani abedi ache Dr. Mahmoud Baumia ese ye hwe animu se cadets ahodo aye wo no hamu nchemu be dudie wormo ebetwa na yede aboa wormo so bambo mfamu dwumadie ya wormo edi wormo 70th anniversary ya wormo di ye na odin semi etuja
you ask for a quota of 2% of recruitment to be given to the National Cadet Corps. But I don't think, from what we have seen today, I don't think that is bold enough. I believe we should start with a quota of a minimum of 10%. And I am asking the National Cadet Corps coordinator to liaise with the Ghana Education Service and the Ministry of Education and bring forth a cabinet memo on this matter for us to consider in cabinet and approve it.
Adom TV Badwam kase na uguso shano ya toso dia konsom fufromu a United Nations News Chief Editor na wasaya communication expert ya Ben Doche Malo ene wode to nsantwofo nyina nim se ya ndwuma na ye die no nei no yemfa nkobia ede eyi nsama hodo ano afa ohawa de hye efemu no sense de bia no ohaw no mum ene ye bo eho adawuro no ne ye papa nso afiri mu aba no ye ma eno nso emra monten dodo pa na hyenkran eno nto aso Adom TV edeba.
From the UN perspective, we call solutions journalism. Solutions journalism means, can I report things in a way that will cause anybody listening or watching to take some action for the common good, for the greater good? That's what we should be doing. Go beyond the usual tenets of, oh, journalism or broadcasting is for entertainment, education, and what is the third one? Or information. No, go beyond these three. Whatever I'm doing here in this studio, whatever I'm doing in this write-up, is it going to lead to somebody to take action for the better?
Osan editor just say we hu ya pa na ene dadwene se ensantwerefo enhaha wani eka nsem bia ense se eba bonten nkenka no wonu ma wonam kasahodo a waka no mai mu ede kase ho nsem etudwa no kiremu a ese se wutumi eka asem ne se de sitie na mu mense se wo haha wani eba no saade a na ma asem no a waka no kura no emu de etu.
I see sometimes that there is a way in the tree or ga or ewe we embellish things. It's like you can't read the news flat, you embellish things. So we need to be, again, factual. If you're factual, then we can't go wrong. You can speak tree, ewe, krobo, dagbani or anything, but just observe the pillars of journalism. If I'm reporting something, let me not have this agenda. We limit ourselves, we diminish ourselves when those sentiments, emotions come and we act on them. We need to elevate ourselves.
Yatwa kasiano so for ya wo share fisheries aquaculture na wosai mrashebedwani ma de hye wa wutu senya east aye hawa kumsen na wose bosumi ba konso yasan eto eye eponomu sebeya emmo no ebenyini kama na emre no so na wi wo manze mfaso abaso oni Adom kase eto aso
ebi mo se omo kwa Togo na ya omo de omo nam no akwa to na me marine enforcement unit for so akasa eti afi wa wo be bi agro no ya becho ya cho so e do be fam da pan so aya me ka sa me che ma na shi munya ama no wonji ndi afi we we be sha ase na shi obi nya ama afi we
Oswafo a ono ene wo Western Region kwabena ochredako mensa enso ene nsemse ene to enuanum a wo mokopo so ekochinam
edizende adokra aban anana ndam ka akufado oda no fisheries minister kama maso kama eda hye de roma epi wanda obedi bia indi benefit wo no se fata dem maso beta minister ho ne aba
Paramount Chief no enewo Upper Discof traditional area Obrempong Himadechi enso ebo oswafo no abaso pa ne aban na baso wanamuntu awomutu edebua enuanum yi
ebise kuye tumuwie na se nam eba epunimu na se ya fafo afarifo omo fa kwan papa so ankoyi na mo na mfa ma omo de ba ya dia na ya se atoma ye ho so there are a lot of illegal means of fishing. Now, unemo de go come no ubombo dia say obemasa method of illegal means of fishing na yetu ase menim say odi na ba bia egu akwam a o fe no the electronic monitoring system a wodin foni camera bobo versus ho a e wako so a ye de monitor say na be ya ho e kopo so no obedi mbra so nyina pepepe
na afarifo a won so wo su se ene ya yato eponomu no nyame anim ne won mo enenam na won mo esrenuane sabe obenya bi ade ahwe won ho ne wa abusuanya bete mfama wo musa
wale na kauka awu o onye wo ya wo mogomogo nye ya ye adwuma bia o mi ho mi adwuma bia aga waka wo mi ni wo ba yi o tu no go wo ya po ya na ga waka ya mi ni wo ba yi wo be no go wa yi do no wo be no wa yi no nyo kwa gboni ba to no wa yi ni
ebi mu nso a wɔn ne Adom News nsɛnkyerɛfoɔ atwitwe nkɔmɔ no wɔde to dwa sɛ saa close season yi koraa no wɔn ebie ɛpone koraa nam a wɔn kyɛ no ɛno a nsisian bia ɛmam
osun hyɛ na bia wɔyɔ bia wɔyɛ bia kyɛ wɔhyɛ agye bia wɔgya na wɔyɛ bia afɔ wɔyɛ kagya tutu na abɔn wo ya ene ko ba ko dan favorite president batal kabere batal no wɔna ko ijɔl da ka shafi ababa chi shishona ka shafi ababa chi shona no tumo no nchona no tumo no wochu wo ka kwa wo bi no wonye me na kwa mejo lo ne ka ojo ba no man bi fe na ba chi na ne ona lo ka ye ni shikale nchona ko wo bi ya siku no ko wo ka kwa wo bi wo ka me ka ya siku
ebi mu nso ede to yɛnsɛntwerɛfoɔ anim sɛ close season yi edru a sɛ bɛyɛ a wɔn ebenya aduane koraa esi table so ɛde ama wɔn abusua edi no ɛyade a ɛden paa
ntu no go fe nwo no ya no na chi sure na ne be ntu agaji be nye meke alo wo ku me ni le ame ba me yin ma do ma bibi ame no go ma hwe yin ashika ni ga kwam bi kan bi agan kase ko ntu mo ko fe wo ya no na kama jani bi egba awo na asani ato no ko awo ko no wo ka kwa na ka jengbe yin bi enyo yin
Executive Secretary, Coalition of Proper Sexual Human Rights and Family Values, Lawyer Moses Foamoni, ede to nanano mamanyofo nsoria kendufo obia enyina brane enkyere won bobre ewo LGBTQ eho ensem no
Jom Ahama of former President Mahama on the wakase ochiri for 31st January no kai presidential candidate Dr. Badwam so akase on do ochiri. But me, madam for Dr. Alan Chramati, maintain Doctor Okwa, sorry, I was say he's Christ like. Now, Christ like and I ain't Hunkai. Dr. Mesro, who are Christ like. I was a watcher with Christ likeness. Nasa issue will declare opposition on the matter. Nanya presidential candidate, almost vice presidential candidate, no so. Your baby some. And you run a poor, Kaja doctor, Yabao, your baby sow. Hina Ujina, Unanigina. Na Madam Professor Zonusi baby son, and then all the vice presidential career.
Isansana Anajono Eye Empaibo, Yawadisha Swinty, second deputy vice chairman. Yawoda Ghana Pentecostal and Charismatic Council, ano, Nukroya, president of the Apostolic Church Ghana, no, Dr. Aaron Amina, HRS, the Okona Druno, Ajesenyame Ebem.
A nation must experience God in a new way. Jehovah will speak again. This problem has come during our time. We must fight it.
Mensin Krache Peniwa Sutifi North wa have mantle moye Anthony Mensa nene was mensin abo homode pa won suo mu ehawo on hanani a hamunche mu adu okono de yade a wo motumi adu ho won suo ensem ho.
Year so far is overwhelming, but we have not been able to achieve the 100% that we are to do, because we have a deficit of about 10% in Sutifi North. We took over the district at water level coverage within the district from 41% coverage. But today, it will interest you to know that we have achieved 90% coverage of water. Those areas that we collaborated with the partners that we provided water to, all those areas are enjoying water. Being it health facilities and schools.
And which repeni kwanjira for that PEC consult no engineer obin etua enso de abasowode ma samla bedwaku ni se wonum edim puntudwa ho nsemasi wakoma so etu ho anamon se ne beya omanfo nso eho behen ha wonum titire eni nsuo ho dwumadi a wonum adie
Sutifi North de in the first place yesterday ni we said we to develop a master plan for the whole region. In fact, which is very encouraging. Your region, Chinana, Etimiasa, and more my system now, she says, Kenya, number one, which will make my almost 600 households connection. which is encouraging.
President Adom East Regional House of Chiefs. Now, we are Paramount Chief on Soma Yeji traditional area. Ye pim ya okabrese. Or the other sena to amanyofo and this NPP chichu pa so on kasemo. Oma eho ente ye boy ye ho akwa to obey. Na ye den anasi akonya no so mfie aduanan mienu ni. Wo hye ho fa no den semi etuja.
Now, of my instrument, I can't afford it. Yara wonya abotre wonya kuma ema kasa bia abeka edi beba
Nana Kwekujan Broku ya ono eni ofu man hene enso eni Adom kase hwetwe nkoma wode abasobode pa ema nana pemampem ya kabrese so obedi ade wabo apa amampuntudwuma abampatam ho
na ohwe nana kase ya kase ebuna edika ebata na nase be amanifiri kwa e ahwede a yakopon de na betu akonyade anafo 42 years of akonyade eyebre amane nneema bebiri na yefefo mu se udi akonya na bibia wi ama mu amane ne do so chede a obinya na mesre nyina ne se ento enuanom abushafo ne ekurogrofo nyina ne se
Amina no so na Adom TV Badwam kase no ha na brema kwan na no pay ye de asiase da no enkoma on so jebre ehwe bi ekoso na ne yentena se wonye wo shenkani dia wo share live on Facebook/Adom TV Extra ebe yende ko YouTube on so na wa search Adom TV 2 ye wo ho ye to adwumade no so ye twe ho be sima mienu ya ba ne ye ba kwesi nsu ginem na fe ya to so ye kwaba ye moja tsada na ye mu kra no nim ye ntinyi egu ye ntinyi sokra ye ti sokra no onim ne dodo ye nyame be ni ye hia wanke be de erade ye da se papa pasende 2nd July ye nso wo kan atiasefo yi me se dua bi hu mrete seme atantan die bi a ye mfa menye hwe wama me ene ahwefo papa bi ene team ni nyina nso yaka ho bie ora esi edase asedan koma wa fe na de afide no ato ha no dwumade no ya sha ase no edenwum no from 5:30 jeje wa ene ede kase no ebro wa yakwa beya de de bon krata no esie ene de adomonline.com so ewo mayen ene ni die mu a ye de ebro nti ede nyame ase se stations no bebre nyina echi wo de ho se Adom TV ene beda ye da se incoming jina na so no pay wa ha radiator power to the people. They say ne pepe kura nti ama boys aye o my don kra to them man akwa ben say
if you aboko na so
onya ade
be se boko na so
onya me adom power to the
people.
They say kasa kwa because they say power to the people no action bia nka ho sa no masa wo be wo power but o mo fama relax o hone biebie niema mu no mo nsanka
ni nyina ye we nyina ka ho na ma campaign no eso so da bia o se ho ne se campaign bia wo ni sike yebre
yo o de tra we
empene su fiti ase bro no eye kokonte tore bia wan hwe abebura kwa ni mu anu oni nkura afra
yo
so
what do you we de ni obedi mo che
e wo fom
yate
etwuma no e wo fom amanfo ne hia moa no yo meto aba no omo fom enya nkra ha no mo
ene de sa ene so bi mo fans wo inside awo
wo fom no be kana se mo ono wo fom
mate ai
afia
it is wrong
nyamna ne
ade atu ma medofo de nyame ase wate
pani enu ejina ha kana
se hey oh human being resembles nothing hey wow And one no.
No fear.
Are they sure?
No pen order NDPC National Development Planning Commission no. Ni abeto dwane se wada ni benkum so. Eno nipa na yegina ye kan ho asem. Ese Russia ne kwa yaresa biemra. Ene se wa mafi biem.
Hey. Ere na nanu mamu atoye monkafra. Na ya kase odumpo tutu odumpo ko ebinie. Aga yebenya nka director de ne picture to ho.
That's the picture better so.
Hey. Me say no na do like me who ade no. Me say how? I was shocked because Obia ya kan ho asem the whole of last week. Say no say no. The way NDPC asem no wona koma so omo be plan o mayi na ye kasa bibia ye kama. Ya o my ka asem bi o. Obe show.
Yes.
Na sa de sanye mu no wa na obe woro no.
Obe pio na ne bemu. Nyame de be kire.
Misro se ne won kwa. Ene won kwa. De nyame ase o. Yes. Bibia ye adwuma. De nyame ase. Na sre no.
Fia.
So on fa nkonfamra.
Yeah.
Ya mabusanya ya ko fi ni krom no. Last year no mo di o anniversary bi. The way papa ba ye kasa. Tu se nim die economist. Na ye kra ye ekonse ye e friend say impulse buy no me ade. Na nya better my it is so you can imagine baby awadu. Oh, Kofi anya na yi amaye.
Grandpa.
Obehwe. Ti we de kafra papa. Kafra pa na wo adwempa mu omen. Se besi ye bewie ye bonya mempa ye se de na wani suade hunu no ye nya namsifo mbedu hu titiru ne ukromfo na nanom e wa toye refi kro na nkasa like nzema ho side baby erade nchechire mo re nkafra pa Kofi anya amaye nanam ka se wo so o de ma no
me de ma Kofi nto mehwe no mayi na
emre ko nanimu no na enen so de eno na da ha no all shops in Accra to close down today for home working
to Friday. Say area bia woda
they are more
exercise.
Into omo anim me sure say obi anim. Nti don ye clinic baby a wo bia clinic o de. Ene ya sha se nti dwanmu no ho de ne no ma obeba je say ye clinic wa be clinic awie na later obebie shops. Momi anya ne sa and I think say so obi ye na afamu die akwasi. Anke fin
na me hu no. Yes boys we from bus stop.
Yeah, me say so ma ba ha.
Okay. Nana, the fee say no more ye na ya goodie.
Okay.
So mu ko mu nshada nya adwuma bia na they are just posing for the cameras. It just last week na menam Ashimota Forest.
Okay.
Them some ko ye adwuma but na ma traffic.
Pam.
And because na traffic na chinti udru a utimi twa.
Yeah.
The film sim dru kwabana ni kuta sekan.
Oma do ho nyina.
And yes,
yes, ampa.
Wow.
Ampa. And your mom.
What your face, said the various assemblies. It's me share a mabuni be so. For me, no, our bomb pa. I can you be now. One not take you upon themselves, said. Ye be, and I say this week and last week now. Domeko Abenya National Insurance. Amom health insurance akavo omo family nyina.
Oh, omo.
Yes,
oh, wow.
When.
Oh my idea. Yeah, because e no one da ho.
And I just some time ago so my penda da mama so mo 50,000.
Oh, sir.
Yes, so you see be mom kaka. And omo nya na omo leader no say omo dey mu 30,000 akoto machine.
Omo dey be ye adwuma.
Omo dey yes so much discount so mo kwa
check. Wo wanum.
On the 30,000 akoto sa machine obetimi.
Kwasi uye kra omo individual no omo ayo omo adwuma. Rabrampa ne da so no.
Yes. Pani Abrampa e kan wasem NDPC papa no.
E omo hu ne ye de. Ze ye zoom ne dodo. Po wo cha na mo be hu ne ye.
Bem. Ene kosa. E be saba ne de no eso. Ha.
Boye.
E de via ye kan assemblies no. Ali senya this assembly bia maburu bia etu onwache ni aso yɛ tai kɛse pɛ ta o machi a
omu hia yɛ de bɛ ma wo ma
enema bebre wo no
mo a
oh na say Shatawale nso komo amati say 20,000 so I start to be corrected yeah Shata so onoko de je onso wo jam de ono no na de onu mo ko tigina mu say enam no mo na o wi am say 20,000 30,000 me nya clown the figure there but emwa no eko eba mu nya ayam na akoto ade ba ko the first donation mu nya no koto hwibaro omto ya no si yakoto no receipt nyina sa akire say obiara just scan enya no
ye twa ye no
ebi mu ya no akwakom ate chicken man so a package aduane e de kokoma omo ti at least he ni see ya kakra waka say adwuma no mo ye no adwuma pa no mo ye no
adwuma no mo ye na wo gata ye easy ene me say wa wudi matchmota forest ho no de wudi bewram kisima ho say wo ma doko no nyina enti hu ba first na fu Omaya de
tuela na mo asha se no
sa obi amfa no nyim
ye mu an identify mabunu bi e wo sa pepa na epese yes ade
kwasi we say na NCC we ekomadwuma hu onte you only hear from them when it's election NCC by this time information vans na nam communities ni mu na eboy amane mante se menya se midina wo de obehu say wo be bie phone lines okra na obi nim just Greater Accra ha wo no obi anim so obi anhwe TV ene bi obi nya de bonkrata so obi ahu but me no me ka yesuhwe bi ho no ti ana cars bi nam ye community di mu na oba amane e bi ene
be wo polio pane kura
hu se cars na mu sa ne ma ni nyina ajai omo so wa ko bisa omo te
capres kanema
sa omo ni cars
yes
omo ni personnel no enti no nya se ye blame obi too much there but kakra bia obenya bia no yeah saving vans no kra na nkwa information centers ahodo say na bi wo ho na ewrebram
yes I shim kinaye nsamansamaanfo
and yes I bawo
yes
what is wo mo ba na udiri mi
in fact ye mo ahoden a e chan wo na no mkuta ne da ebre bia be sene twam ko no first samansama ni wo ba police ni nka no
da bi do no
what is wo dru fie na wo mo soro no
udiri mi ka hwe say wo ye okay eh Ghana mo mpa de nti na ye jeja sa na ma we nyina
ya to de ma bia se o
kwasi wudi akire be kasasa
ya to ne ma bia se papa
nti wana twa mu wana jazz ade wo ho na wu naturally
enu a
se de yetimi form bibi no
yes
sa na no so timi wu sa enu ano na
samansama ba ofie
wow better
ya kata ba bo hwe mami panu kuta praye den
ne gata wo twi be hu abuto bibire akashai
yes
me twa man se ti ni na twa ya be fine no
na se bia koda wakwada ma me se prawia no akoja na se be tawo mu no but na
akomko tino eno hu asam ene clean up ahyasia till end of week you know obia wo fam de yebi to badomonline.com and also the aba Babin calls for abolition of ex gratia payments, declares system outdated. See, ora Babin see any ex gratia ni free ho. No, ye free ho why breso because SS here be mo. But they say
yes, you can see being in 2025. So the only outstanding will be the 8th parliament. So omo den ye betwia any afro be dia akem. Es gracia no nye sika bi se ye twade ato but un se ye to article 71 holders for akatwemu a ye ntumuntem and it take effect in so a emma se no seba se ye to abanwe for akatwemu a ye tum January ye announcement somewhere October September by January na take effect no bi a sha se nyina but article 71 for den entisa e bi abese within 4 years ni nyina na akatwa ntumu no take effect. But the issue is say, and yes, how the Ben said, ye abanwe for the say announce say ye betu akatwemu a enya afen ye kwakoti committee fufu bi so mko determine the salaries of article 71 ye nyina ya abanwe for sem diteku age kapre ti etu mu de akosempo a obi abenya de pepepe se na bia obi de ye mekem ye ka se ye mo obi de anu afo yes
na ne ne say Etiani o jebra badomonline.com na kenkan.
Ye mo nyina yemfa ye mo nyina nye state contribution.
Nti ada no mo nye.
Omunye.
Mo Ghana pa.
Article 71 for no so no. Say state nya say ye maye. Tie mo nyina. Obi a obi anye ne pension free state. Yes. Would have said 2 years crown a year, Juma, Joe pension free. Because net no, your picking yourself of best 3 years. And you're picking the year where you payment the amount. It was year Juma 4 years. Yami had not me another time, come 8 years.
The constitution, yes, some
president to 1 year. Obiani from state contribution.
Almost a son, near Memunem,
say this man pendimetry tax in tea.
That's so cheer. That's so cheer. Ubia Chiana, dear, Quasian see a quasa bibre. Seriously. Because I don't know more Nancy Cacas here, more one moon dretria. Yeah, the envian fear, you better to was, he can't wound on a cacra. A baby do one. Eh, fancy from say too. Some more now be and cheer. And now, ora, Fifi could so. And this won't depend on court for victory. There be, I feel ready. And your court one of them couldn't be any grounds or to rough if you could take a train near the mind this Yamanuku. Or also the dear or day at Journey. Dumelo highs tankers to provide water for UG students. Ora Dumelo, John, also pray. I also West Wogan, Badwam Pesiano. Now UG a school for university, a school for show more than Tiano appear in show tanks EB on supply one more. Rama Brew to return to screens after 30-year absence. Some more kind of on a year sweet home. Some me na no kitekete na.
Satana me kantata.
I said they are here on the TV na ba ku ya. Tu hwia no ahwa. Okay. Hey, mumpa Ghana na won ni na akọ by the fireside. Hey, I can't wait. Saturday.
Are they a young pet there talking point?
And Obechanya, Omon Casemia. I can't do any do. I know you can know that. Casasa, Mantia, dear Bakubia, a farmer's talking point. Time on Mudish and Sonia 7 to 8 to say, oh, one young moon share. Yeah, you can drama. Yes, we had not try to school. I don't pen a name. Sakas are net doors. But side no dear by the fireside. Any shift for Sundays. That shift from Whippa. Sorry. Now, say your woman who are there. Hey, but I think by the fireside. Oh, yeah. That's what Musadi ba. Na set up no kwa ye me fe. Go. No, or docno, mam documu bonum bi. Oh, interesting. Most some famra. They say they made their cartoons, you know. Cause one did the page. But you know, Bacasa assassin. See, they sa we almost a babaka. And also bet to me a bois. So, individual be a private company being fake. No, and yeah. In your sponsor, Befa, and I hear enough for no more. And then, dear. Digital babies. Computer babies.
Papa True.
PJ Mass.
Because all penny or shall bet me actually to be man. What? Say by the first and I'm born out.
And I, lantern.
And a lantern is in Hey, Daily Graph in the market. I trust you. Also, 3 million children above 5 to receive Ghana cards. NHI picks up cost. And team and quadruple 3 million. Yeah, omu in February finchen. Yes, a Ghana card. At the amount of national insurance so buffer. A whole Kenyan. Oh, at the amount. Easy to conduct voter transfer for security personnel. Others, ain't Nancy voter transfer. Em say, Adan Mukubu one more. Isa sumunyu mo ye to mo be ndimi anyambre ankwa koye. It's ye bebie kwanya de amomo. I just am for account. Na ope bia person transfer vote to the kono. Also wait me transfer e dey akom. Minister rally support for economic upturn. Enti Dr. Mohammed Amin Adam. Efoni e wo se nyina mu asene be economy na e form no ye betimi abone mu na asori. Ye ma me share ayoko bot train so eso pe Commonwealth penny pa na. So na ni abo. Say Cyprus man penny e din wa dance ye papa wa say. Mami. Na se
mo fama no.
Yemfa emano. Daily Guide efia enso eniem. Malam arrested for suspected ritual killing.
Ayi de na north de na. Ese nkura mienu.
Malam na ya chene se wakuku obi no ye de Dr. George Akufu Dampare infodi na aba ahadum. And also your IGP leak tape suspect Superintendent Asare JB lied. The Jemuna pen for a year no. If you say adanse ampanfo be di o ma hwe film no do na ya tro say
wow
ya no kra ba akokra enim Baumia unite napo wuntumi etimintim wase kese ya da napo ene wuntumi entem no yesi Dr. Baumia from Akachem say senator kramanya asem a omo aneka omo bebia enkotom SNIT assures continuous stakeholder engagement. The SNIT for spend for the Bama so beto akoso ne won na ewo twaka ewo dwumedi a wodim no ebekoso nyankete de enkanka ne ma bi efa wo dwumedi ya wodun se na bia Ghana fo ebeti an moto bia wotu no asie na timi abo na nsem se bi ba enti wahyo no ankwa ankodoso eto de owura Kofi Safomafo Director General Edma SNIT efoni ewo ham $360 million IMF cash hits Bank of Ghana account. Enti IMF osika ne toso asa babiem $360 million. You see a better Bank of Ghana for account. Delegate MD area the Inquisitor. Election 2024 be guided by Kenya's chaos, backbone to government. Enti brashe ye film chamine so de kokobo ekwadiama aban say aban tu nani na wonhwe ne esi wo Kenya na afia bato no yonko betimi afaso a ye be toto ye niema. If famous Ramadan rice case court rules against Issa Sedu as importer of 10,000 bags of lily rice, court says his plan was to create loot and share. Enti omo kra emode be omamu no yesi kokota na asem yesi ya adwempa omo ntimpo se wo hihye de abebu oman no e de afaso and high consumption of salt is highly dangerous. The doctor for bisu na bokoko enso wa hwanum se ye na ye tadi enchine bebre pa yesi enye
enteso
enye kakra bi na atim kakra na dia okwam na wo free 40 kra ko de wo de kanya kra montete enchine e die ne so na kofa asem afa mema if you to the Inquisitor de odeba anopai enso do
ene emfancy ha wada yada say papa sa oje bre ema ye kwaso anani entina ye kwei agudie mo nsem no etwaso na fe health tips so aba kidney health and nutrition ye mo ye kidneys no ho eban ne so ye twaso wiki mu nyina nkoma ye die no ye wie amambo atman so ye krado ahosepe ebeba ye won koma hodo bi wo mu ansa na kwasi aba de asemidi kan ba na fe ye wie a otwaso enen so osa wo titiru bi a one ne bedi enkomo ye tietie won komo ne won nsem ni ye na dachi asem bia bana wo ka bia nso wahunu se de obeka no nkoye na we say da bi yese de kwasi e dey sa enti afia amankwa tamaklo me ne incoming Bismarck akwasinsin aboaten ye di si ha ya twaso
Fantastic morning. I was saying, I'm not saying good evening, Sam Neba. Badwam will cancel some yana toss. There's a fantastic outina. Yeah, Badwam yet a brewo. Yes, another place to bet power. Okay, horn a Mortar Guinness and so yeah, sponsors are. And yes, I'm going to Makacho no matter the occasion. Mortar Guinness. And I say, oh man, I was here and I said, we best try not the Mortar Guinness anymore. But we say, Kuyi Pani, na one summer but when him said. About the CNN Sergio Manocho and a penalty party between or my shabby via Nitia, Medea Breo. Euro cost a run of 16 and a to a big uncle for committee and Portugal. Cristiano Ronaldo in extra time, ya penalty, let's say, or body to not come qualify for the next round. Today, now was some Mojan DNA and a pepe. Pepe, some Mojan Bosch Yankee, Ghana semi final. With it, or Bosch Yanka Portugal quarter final. Nachama Hobart actually. Then they do penalties on one to never ball first. Send us a mojan. I don't know Pepe NEC or Portugal game in France. About Belgium by go to nail another tournament at Belgium for and to me uncle anymore. And we had the golden generation. Them said I had to go on and also so for where 2 games are a pass and so the next stage of the many Belgium maybe Portugal and so through to the quarter final. And so the next game Portugal and France. Then Holland. And Romania, na Austria, and Turkey at the appearance. So I'm saying, baby, Holland and I'm on what this. I don't want to know change. Then 10 months, I don't want to find out no. And because I'm going to answer more to know a hard the party and the ideas and listen and send me so it's here. Yeah, the bar and so now, Shannon Somame say Dance World Services and in foot row share carpet bunia there, Madam Munyafe.
Dance World bia na bibia cleaning bia Dance World services na make am for the amount na no pay and offices na ade ba bi wo ho so we hear professionals no matimi power CC ho nita ama bibia timi akoye so ba bia conferences say parliament house no a Dance World services make am for more the amount events cleaning my event we say mo cleaning ho nita na Dance World ba ama me the number betwa the amount one say on some mesie ba yen kopie the president of the Ghana Football Association Racket ESO Kreku na odi afutuo shronkwema Vision FC players bra na yoma qualify for the Ghanaian Premier League. No more Division 1 na yoma be pim na no omo ya awards na papa ekopie mu ase a wode afutu ade ma omo.
Wojina simpie so a wo two teams yi efo no owura okraku kyerɛ sɛ wa qualify nko ade eden a obagi wani nanso ahoboa a wose wodi gu akwan mu no ɔsɛ wotumu nkyene pa afei o players no momunya dene technical team no nso nimdeɛ no nkɔsoro a ɛno bɛboa ɛna quality a GPL no hwehwɛ no nso abɛhyɛ mu bi na wadi agoro na nyɛ sɛ wobɛso kwan so na yɛbɔ league na wie na wɔsa kɔ relegation ɛno nti Vision FC Home Stars and afei Young Apostles a ene next season wo mu si aka wo Ghana Premier League ni mu no ensem sei and a GFA tibrekese wo do tuja.
There's one advice I've always offered to players and to clubs who make it to the top tier. There's a big difference between the Division 1 League and the Premier League. There's a huge difference. I've always said that the road ahead of us will be tough. The road ahead of you will be tough, will be rough. But when you stay together as a team, when you allow teamwork to lead all of you, when you listen to your technical team, you will always go through the bad patches and win championships. It is possible. Trusting each other, believing in each other, and respecting each other. This is the way. There will be challenging moments. There will be misunderstandings. There will be many, many happy moments. But it's always important for all of us and for all of you to believe in the vision and to stay within the vision. That is the only way.
Nansem we nyina Racket Okraku ade tudwa wabra Vision FC omo end of season awards no womo de pim so Alisa Hotel a yebo players dodo na abaso afi technical team no so yebo ma baso ena mpenifo omo de team nanimu no so omo so GB a omo sinkonwa asan didi no moye lifetime achievement coach Hamza Oben ye de share nsa na na gi sa adwumadie hu wabra mo boa wo mo ho aba Ghana Premier League ni mu no.
It wasn't an easy journey. It was very difficult, but due to hard work and teamwork, I would say Alhamdulillah, we are able to make this achievement possible. Thank you very much.
Services, Dance World Services here sponsors. Now me come once a match or more excel out supposes Regimano listed Nungwa barrier. Yes, I na Jumason Amudi no Kuyi or Hopa Enya some keto akra. Former Black Stars captain John Mensah, the Samatuja, when him say coach Otoado, there are 10 of Otoado. About the Brennan Acham dream, but the games being no abono. Competitive games, competitive games. Wabo Jumapa anya some keto akra and former Black Stars captain John Mensah and somebody to Ghana. But pano no, as a kakra, Ghana Black Stars dinya as a queen faso bono. Esesa, the papa.
say what do we need to susu pono no so Ghana World Cup qualifiers no CAF de no group I yetosu menu and I say otado befa bobo no e kamia say modimo no e kosoro nkakra nkra a Ghana fo ni tete honom e bobo payaba so na sana players ahodo abobo no bi pen enso woni tete ho ahwe otado ne mrante no enka ne captain edema Black Stars Jomensa ene ne wo kasa wono we kire se adwuma kakra otado abono eso nipa ohun se Black Stars ball na sesa bibia mu no omudi kane a wo hwe ne mu se World Cup qualifiers no sanso ba 2025 bosumi match no omba kire chat aguam hu fi na makoda atwede no soro.
Well, they did well for the last 2 games they played to make Ghana be in the top of the group or the second of the group. I think it's a very good idea for the coach Otu and his colleagues John Pinton and Fatauda and the others. I think they are doing well. The guys also are performing well. So I think we have to give our maximum support for them to continue to do well for the nation. And I think it will be good for the nation.
Right, the Rock of Gibraltar. Next time we to now Tim say yes. Well, yes, say Coach Otuado, but me qualify for the World Cup and also budget trophies be at the Amaya. Ukopiemu our tema. There's this school, our tema, Badwam pa St. Nicholas Charity School. Our tema. Now, ma enkwala free education, more free meals, more free school uniforms, nyasam keto akra. For a Black Stars player, Mohamed Kudus, and chair our Footballer of the Year back-to-back or Ghana Football Awards. One of Black Stars team Dr. Pambo, Akopiemu, our science school, yase, and it players na kodi komo, men cancer students, and your man actually komo asho mun cry, someone you don't know, no kasa, if any Mohamed Kudus, no, and your ball pet no her so boy or the school so batanti, or talent ya, so. Na esuade enso ka hona be do bedu akire pa netia Dr. Pambo ene Kudus koko pimu e wo school ye ho ne wonsam nyina no e mu nkyeremu ni
Privilege for me to be here. I heard about the educational purpose and the project here, and then I thought it would be very nice to come and see and then encourage you guys. All of you have dreams and aspirations that you want to achieve, but the baseline to all of that is education. You know, even in football, we still use education. All the dreams you guys want to achieve in your life, I think education is a basic part of it. So it's nice to see you guys are happy and enjoying what you do. You know. It's nice to be here, and then you can see the smiles on my face, and then the teachers and all the workers and everyone around putting in effort every single day to make sure that you guys get the best education as possible. I want to use the opportunity to also thank them. But I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
I'm happy we have Kudus with us here. I was here sometime last year during one of the programs. He was supposed to be here himself, but he was busy scoring goals for West Ham. So I represented him, and I made a promise that when he finds time, we will visit the kids and the school. And we just want Mohammed to serve as an inspiration for the children. We can identify with a lot of the children here because we both come from the same background, right from the northern part of the country, and very deprived beginnings. But today, Kudus is who he is. Just because of God's grace and hard work. I find myself where I am as a doctor just because of God's grace and hard work. So all of you here are capable of becoming doctors, lawyers, footballers, teachers, and everything you want to.
I know Nadia Corso or St. Nicholas School, our tema. Yimidi sa project ya chahe sene niema esi call ho animal multi-genes kan one opina that they bibia ebrewo and of course yeah Dance World Services cleaning services you say Ghana wajiba bia boss no matter the cleaning service you need Dance World Service na say one your more attraction en common now Romeo's na mo from say Instructorman United and one more a coach Maxwell Kunadu a party way so Maxwell anya ehudie bi ewo South Africa nani echire mu akohu adi emu nchire mu nyina Sergio Manoche oboyemu
ensema etwa guo no se wachi FA Cup encheye nanka enso atrama eboaboa no ho na Confederation Cup next season omu gire mu akote Ghana ni mu no owura maso kunadu agina chire nanso huhu no ese ya no ayedene a de ba ne se bobo ko bi wo South Africa ono na no ho ayedene a wo hwe se maso kunadu ababa sinkonwa na odi twredu asin krata so na contract ne wage atumu enso atraman bobo ko no onfa nsem bia metu dwa wono kire se one owura maso kunadu agya adwumaye ensem gusu a eboboba sesi asisi ne kwawiye no omo hwanim se coach ne de ne report beba enafei players awodo obehia omode abo next season no odi aba enti nsem we atwagu won framamu a omode omoni da honom se contract ye nsu ye die obi bia da neji omo coach ne ho no omaye krado bibia kwato a owura maso akunadu agya boboku no
ano na area fi Max Kunadu akache de ba ye be ne area chare se be fa sem fanso ateman be jana manako lepas of South Africa so emre and krabia and a beche ye be jina so na no pay in some na si by Dance World Services from 0555 752 361 0555 752 361 and Dance World Services and come carpet sofa waste management nya de ade bibia ye fi de Dance World Services chi te say ye mefa ball and come wala no say ball na fi ha ekopim nkokọ kra omo wo ba bi ombefa ko na bibia so atimi akoye 0555 752 361 Sergio Manoche ne Bernard Paribo twe me producers me patro ya na wakai e de nankasa aka kejua ne ho amame se sia de e fiam ankwata maklonari apomori won sama eto aso ye mpon yo koso hebedwom
so we mo akwa Badwam TV Badwam Health Tips eso na wochi mu nkomo ni nyina no ye kwan a ye befa so abo ye kidneys no ehoban na we no ye de aduane kwan e na efa so abo ehoban ti any kidney health and nutrition ye ne Dr. Edmond Arthur na AD nkomo Balm of Gilead eho ene bia wote adwuma kura wode aba wo boy wapom di mu nti no sede no obo ni nyina tofa de maye no na ne me yenhwe de ekose sa kidney hawo no hawa kidney de na de sa ade no eba seda ye endpoint homeopathic clinic na da roma na ye de health tips ebro joada ko sifia da simenum ye nchakra ofre endpoint was 0244867068 obejo so ya rebia hawa juna freno nani ni nkomo doga nso ye mu akwaba ya da se papa pa umre no wadaje eno abo ni nyina tofa e de maye ene ye pese ye hwe courses dia course kidney disorders ana se dia mo how e ba ye kidneys no
me da se bebre se wo fa ye nsa na se ne ye nkomo twetwe no ye start ye na ye organ ho nsen kan no ami anos ha inti se ko ba se wan kasa as ankwankwan wan krani ya ebe ha dwene ade ba ko a ede esa hawo eba pa esichiri yare ha ebe kasa diabetes mellitus eno ne researcher scientist omo WHO ene a doctor for kukudan aka abomo omode aba what they say we are to hypertension, high blood pressure. These are the two major things a sour, however. A sour, how if you chronic kidney disease, your kidney disease, any old kidney infection, any old kidney cyst, into any mammy and son. Offer kidney cyst now, it means osano, sis nature say nsuo aba eho ana obefa infection na say eho atechima ana obefa disease na say yare bia ne aka no ha na ne imprim bebre no eya hankofo kese pa kidney disease especially obi a oda esichire yare so na say ya diagnosis ni say we diabetic and that's why hypertensive yare no nko akeke ana treatment models aye nu aye no no ye niema contribute ema ankran ne ebenya nti se ye really kidney nutrition dia na it means say we obi a wo esichire yare obi a wo high blood pressure ye mojamo so a wo say yare krankron me nu we no wo hwe be pe ne pomisibre edinisi wo dinisi na wo bo homoden say obenum nsuo bebre kidney no na do number 1 pie nsuo no because me ka say yem no filter say bibi betimi asone bibi so ati say opushi nsuo ema ne bem ha but omo a imprimable no omo mpe nsuo enono no ye de yare mi no we nso to nchen a omo nso chances say omo betimi nya esawo ehaw no e wo sropa ana ye no nso a eya ye pe painkillers be no nom prescribed whereby pharmacists in kind no an tia the baby and ya no akoto no and the monso kwampa enye conventional drugs and orthodox no what is a dandelion ye what is a bitter leaves ne moringa ye to no atete na wo hu no TikTok ne baby na or blending no or no or person stomach air flat we don't see what the ensure what chim lemon ensure the go ensure no one no sane ma we nyina ye niam it me de esaw e how kesi pa eba
mo my contact ne no chenya mbo ya nto aso
Medasi bibre contact amanfo bit ma free season 0240 512171 0240 512171 and that's 0539 863838 0539 863838 that's a
papa panti Dr. Edmond Arthur na ye ne di nkomo na awotwe mu ochire nyankopon ya adom aka ye ho we no kwa otumu so wani papa nti ebeto so ene ne ya ewo ho ochina adepachi ya fasedama endpoint homeopathic clinic na daroma dwumedi ye de bro ya bia ha wadwene a one endpoint homeopathic clinic enkasa wa 0244 867068 mididi afia amankwa tamaklo ochina nkwa ho de mo kwa ebesa to so
President for the Brothers and Sisters Association. Our song is about the world's best entertainment show. Now, I had on Tuesdays. It's not cafe bar noir or Jolu. Now, yes, our favorite personality no abro uofie. When we cry uncle baby, I used to be shiano. Pepe or Adom TV don't know say it's uni in is no akwaba sonko menko baby at na say na in the nyimpa me ne babo hwetwe nkomo no say me describe na makade o you be a no jupa like say ka humility a nyimpa me kana sabi or humble to the core like very humble. Now, also, obi a nyakopon nsa wono die papa o sande so oba nyame na adwuma na oba na nyum to adwuma na most ma orienalism no or you different and or you powerful mehu za na nyum etumiye personally na nyum affect my lives my life a number of times since you know my penature so timo no hade an pay a or you manager some papa but before me introduce my guest ama no ma me can show the Franco Trading Enterprise where chimpaza phone papa paza agida ho ni binya no timo mo zana na say phone papa another electronic device pe bia me share fridges kono CCTV na pe bibia hwe bia na oye electronic bia no Franco Trading Enterprise in ibinya no ho na so ye me wona ma no botuga wo mrokra mugudu amenye my guest Effie Grace Erichonkomo Mommy and pay good morning.
Good morning.
One home brassino like there's just something about you. A brown was a power.
I don't know, Sanamete.
Hey,
Sanamete.
Ma anepe hu ye bibia aboko.
Erade Adom bibia aboko.
Okay. I have cafe bar no a Jolu. Na ebe had inspiration they hu da high for ye papa.
This is my first time here. It's an amazing place.
Okay. Okay. On che bia so be serve breakfast nti be kan wano e hu da won ezima no so ye kama papa na ata ba hade am.
I can't wait to try it.
Okay. So on che was baba. Na zotin da yenzu nkomo. Ye ka de Efe Grace a ameminyimo as a worshiper. Efe Grace ye hona.
Efe Grace, so me a gospel minister, met to me who is say Erade family so. Na dear or dear duami mono, and I didn't hear or me basa season obey so dear a blessing the world. Yeah.
Okay. Na the me a jumana sisiano, a 2 weeks one of the area no. Oh yes nana.
Oh say nyame woma, debi ameka say nyame ofrewa or make provision. Into no if say a no correct nyame wom dia a dem krana. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know minim there in Kahanet because minim there could make his house. But minim kasa sisi house no echem there Kumasi more times. Into no church am wasika cry. He fan free Ghana.
Me free Kumasi. I want a woman. I want a matna. Up to now, I want to know. But I am a crowd for ministrations. Me, I am a back.
Oh, okay. Let's say you want to is that nature there? Juma knows why. I see, but at our one can so that Juma's open can.
Most of ministrations never have more.
I see.
Almost every weekend, be a me waha.
Okay.
Yeah, I go back then.
Okay. This is a Kumasi Akochapo. What he found?
It's a weekend. Nanka said to me, "Waka."
Until weekend be the maker's house. No way you're blessed. The maker's house. And a way blessed. Personally, me save videos. A crowd not done so mum ye when you Yehovah and your mother. Anytime I might say what version and you know be version of that song, you know. It puts me into worship. Oma me pede me yankuponayo.
So mefa kwenya we so na mada Dr. Sonny Badu ono ena nyame nam ne so or like odenyum we e bind your my rendition near the one time na like we went with him for administration in Nigeria enti na ye didi ena oka say Efe o papa nyum yeho ana mabanke say why don't you do something with it.
Okay
enti ahona bibia start ye ne rade ya do and you know, it came to light. I'll be a blessing too.
Wow. Now, may I assure that I'm not the first person. There came question it has become a blessing to everybody. So may I assure that it share in Kofu bin more what's in your and the whole the song and you ask the door, but if a greatness all them you are it's a BB or entirely different. How do you feel that a new man something like what's more impact on Kofu life?
Time here, make I say, I'm blessed. I'm blessed to be part of whatever agenda I'm blessed, you know. I'm blessed. I'm favored. How it all came about, you know, Adom, and I also thank God for my papa for this powerful. Personally, it's a blessing to me. It's a personal blessing to me. But to me, the radiation, my papa. Okay.
Oh, papa, Reverend Mesa Bonsu. Me care the last time I a live recording or the Maker's House now or on your botonium, or prophesy about the. Or I think they'll make you comment be there on mind if you want to marry a software another. You heard the major man or recorded. You want to record it. Bibi akọ kama nti sisi enya sofu bia na nipa yin wo onya sofu yet
o de enche bia ti say de me de
enka hwu
me fantu
ja me bisa de me question ye de enyum wakanda nipa na ye kana say sisi ano aha oya sofu another oya sofu
me be shape you me keeping it cool for now, you know.
Is it answer that cash?
Time the band will be so yes.
Because when you can say, okay, wait, Obi Ohoze.
Yeah, Obi Oho.
Hey, brothers, calm down. Calm down. Yes, what you can. Okay, nice. Yeah. But do all your software that I feel no best software is on the day, but trying to crack. Okay, I can the mama see you who I my banker say, your papa no, but I in a hate. Me sure no papa like auto version or kind of no.
Oh yeah, so proud. My daddy is so proud. Yes.
Okay. Say I'm pedu describe what okay a typical software bar wa fanya me ejuma atono da ori. On your day like 360 no all around you know it's nyame factor. In the edge there ebe explore something different ana.
For now the full-time ministry. Even though my business be me person me, but I think so for now they focus on ministry. It is a rather book.
Okay. Now, you can't know. Our talent to be in user, talent to be a woman like you don't use. Until what talent are near you to and you are yet to discover.
Maybe as time goes on, everybody.
Okay. Into no you can't know minimum today. Back a lot of artists. A back on him, Messi. A back on one or so.
Most of them say many opportunity na me back Joe, emoji, obia.
Yeah, the way kind of many opportunity now. Like you are a big star, but you even though you have an opportunity to be back in Joe Metal, back in or him Messi. Hey, sister, one brasine first time. I desire it. There, no matter what, no say yeah, Casadana cry. Back here, there, the one you saw. You know, I think there is a grace. No piano. You know, say what the mountain is no, it's good. Many of them. Minyanka mobi papa. Na yakasafa who relationship with them let's then have they been or support to
very well. Me concert last year and the support was amazing. Emoji, Mami or him, almost Obiano or even no moon the support I got from them was amazing.
Okay.
Thank God.
Yeah. Okay. My industry no komo kakwa. Back there currently BET experience terms aje gospel song. Minimize in the info now.
Many try so enra on social media.
You know, we are man show.
Everyone because she's not a gospel singer. It's everyone. Say Omode gospel best gospel or something. I was surprised.
From where you sit, you know, as an attack on the church, another attack on gospel music.
It could be. It could be.
Nanti the mina Ian as Ian Noma ye gospel nature. Abas not the year for.
Honestly, me dear, I think that we should just focus and do the work of God. Awards or no awards, nyame ena uchiayenka. That's how I see it. It is a mere dear Jumana say, if you give me the award or not, I mean, I will still do the work of God. It's nipa an organization that for me. Okay. Awards. You can't do anything about it. So you should just focus on Jumana.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. That's my take.
Okay. Yeah. Matters. Na yezeba ifom o Ghana hade nso a. Na ntokwa kakra na dey emfa na dey want bi wo hono between team eternity and Kwame Miki. And I paid the latest on that story. Enye dey CCR no we smoke one be nyina we smoke the peace pipe.
Yes, Anamati, I think say they are working things out.
But
that's what I
there's a current video of you a vibe to defe. Oh, praise be Lord. It could be say grace. Me first one reaction. It wouldn't dama because I you be so eto nkofo won nyumpa because worship singer nti etato nkofo won nyumpa nti even there was one court enyuma wakofe no na
omode court
okadot boko court nti me shada ni
na hard there but I'm just hoping that there will be peace.
Oh, since there's peace. Okay, but maybe say for Obia, if I also air to call from one of you know, not feeling it than more.
Now my sad kakras and yemekosa, because I think the song is blessing people. In Sinesa, hitches kakana by now. Media, I was worried, but I was just praying, say, be a bear come up. Okay. My sisters say they are sorting things out, so.
Okay. But in your opinion, no say about to be in your man, these consents like that. How way
because of copyright issues, I think we have to. We have to. Send a bear and go for but at least we appreciate and go for now.
Okay. You see, my course school doing
university.
Okay, Aba University, Ken University?
No, Christian Service University, Okumas is a private university.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Okay. This year about school?
Banking and finance.
Hey, banking and finance?
Yeah. Banking and finance.
As I had?
Hey, it's in America. Say we'll get to a point in time. Maybe I may venture into. It's in another day or hoping the bay juma as time goes on.
Wow. Banking and financial. I must say, it's in the juma power.
I know.
Hey, no, but more than I fair be my hand. Nay, say you would that side and also of now. Your turn is a bano. There is a ban beba. Nay, two na yaka ihanano or wadi. But yanka some far the grace effect.
The grace effect.
Every year. How many years in Yuna?
Oh, we started last year.
Okay.
In May.
Okay.
Yeah. And you know, you're born by Zera the boy this year, so. Yeah, the associate so.
Okay. Yeah. And last year, anyway,
yeah, Maker's House.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fee. Okay. Into this year, so Maker's House, yeah. One ever sana. This year, Abba month now.
Maybe a quarter was the end of the year. Yeah.
Okay. And you know, already in a plan, okay. And drop it, mommy.
Oh, they be.
Oh, something mammy for.
Say a surprise.
Okay. Marty, but I had a boss or a around to Yehovah, my bankers, no. I'm a mobile be able to because the menu to crack from Matty.
Yes, I so much.
The better try.
Amen. Here are the enemy high, enemy quadri. Why not me, no? Demon said, to marry ma, Yehovah Nima, Bankase, Yehovah ka me unti, yeah. Intimedia messi kunim difo, oh, Yehovah ni na Bankase, me son your time for baye. O time for no be man, and was sweaty, I want it. Yeah, dear baby, yeah. So time for no to I best to say, oh, waiting now, she, I see you. Oh, if we say, oh, Namia, okay, oh, no, oh, Tiase, ni Yehovah ni mabankese,
Yehovah ni mabankese,
Yehovah ni mabankese,
Yehovah ni mabankese.
Odi meni said, don't bury ma.
Yehovah ni mabankese,
Yehovah ni mabankese, Yehovah ni mabankese. That was
See your girl, me and your mom had it. Mo polish the kakra, makaka back no. Now, mo come back in our seminar. Personally, many been amazing komo. And what's there? Most of my any relationship with Joe Metal or him amazing as no. Who there? All them it's na backbench.
Samu.
In one of them.
No. The Bible can say Jesus did not come to be served, but to serve.
Okay.
Anytime I get an opportunity like that,
what's an opportunity?
And definitely it's going to bless the body of Christ. You know, send me a backup, so send me or me lead you.
Affect so we don't affect in any way.
I don't think so.
But my when at what point any hunde na who can yankopon afford and so because I confused though.
Yeah.
Because look at your background, you know. Imagine there but at what point ni hunde this is your part?
It was in 2017. Music and kasa de ade na me pe.
Okay.
From time and me school.
Okay.
Say me rap jazz mukaka na me jazz.
Oh wow. Oh, I for Kumasi.
Oh, Kumasi na me go into the
it is so yeah bang.
That was in 2013.
It is a Obiko 2013. Say no oko golden tulipa.
Yeah.
Onyimefe grace or honum na not jazz.
Yes.
Nice.
That's now me buy into full-time ministry. I did backups for Becca, Ifia, Kwamna, you know, me go through some near money maybe.
Actually, I back a Kobra.
Yeah.
Becca.
Yeah, Ifia.
Yeah, right. I have always known there's more to
you. Along the line, me go through some stuff, you know, a very difficult situation, be not easy. One time, I was just in my room crying. Me soon be saying why all of those things was happening at that time, and I heard a voice say, "If you leave everything behind,
okay,
and let me take charge and lead the way, you will see how."
Wow!
Wow! Right after voice, you know, I just felt some peace be within me, so I stopped doing the jazz and everything. And I'm going to full-time ministry. That was in 2017. Until the year after, I'm a banker say about it.
Wow. So somewhere I can't mean jeans that I have because my picture was like a church girl, like a typical church girl. Mandan Junda is secular that. Indeed, what's your take on secular music?
Oh, me mom dear, me dear mechanism. I think so for me. I think say nyame edin for a reason.
Okay.
And sa jazz nimdia na me konya ene so no aboa me with me music no. That's how I sounded different and unique you know. BBS for a reason. Maybe I wouldn't want to say anything bad, but I think say I went through that path for a reason and everything works out for our good, you know.
Becca there, is it okay for a secular, like a gospel artist to be listening to secular music?
No, dear. No.
I don't have to say secular music.
No, really.
Okay. But oh, you okay if the person wants another opinion on you then?
For me, dear.
Okay.
Me, no.
Becca there no.
I don't listen.
Okay. But then see if you don't background no money, but the was no. If you bottom Badwam was town, or enhance was town, Kakra. Adolfo, name your no yeshim, or hadi. And then Makadamo quote to scriptures, Isaiah 40, verse 31. They that wait upon the Lord will renew when I was them. Now, obey today, one of my full Mount Zion. Mika, but Yaza will be break. If it grace, I don't know, but that's not how they. That's the scriptures I got, and maybe you are a mother, but maybe so you are so that. No, me there, Mobedem Biano, Yamims on your ear. In his own time,
makes all things beautiful.
But far, no has some again. If it grace, and I mean about your chunk or cafe banwa, how do you mark at your day? Say a pay baby up a fell ye. Na environment no so ye cool or ye calm na atna na where is a relax na zi na wa homa kan ho nkotin za nyim na me enfanti nyim ndada cafe bar no a hen yen me do ye papa pan se because there is bana o hade ni ye good amami or ye good me nyim echi je bia ti bomoze na na fo nya kira hade o jowulu police station en ho no ma na bra na bezizi se epede afro ho no so botum na afro ho no 050160
6975 another 050. Okay, number na what's on watch on TV. 05016066975. Martin Mason number no do. I'm obium from one. Na anyone is in Saudo say what does no package be crana what bahade able waye. And na pa area bring you or wahade warriors man war 7 call for higher come up. If you are yeah, a higher come amazing papa, a higher come. See, a penny picture crown able to na a picture after hona a picture or two crowd wahade higher come. Yeah, papa, one of you one bahade I see. Fruits, makache na masha no come don chebi anizin no ye be changing from fruit to vegetable. Osana yakopon nsa boda, sister wuzin. Nizin no be fruit abesna ka vegetable. Menye Calvin e wa hade the mara na Sadiq. So wa hade nizin no ye mayor SDK, mayor_SDK o social media o twa picture kama papa we obotwa video, obe ye video reels bi wa hade kama. Boy no ya aze ti nyamisha no so. Na head of productions ya wobe Kofi Ampedu anytime me bozi na che wobe Kofi Ampedu bia na o smile wo na enyim anytime because bra Kofi Frefe Grace na was smile and the kwale pe bi Kofi after Frefe Grace or smile like see, I asked him maybe say no bra Kofi why did they be make Frefe Grace and smile also there who grow time oye no na kuma to ni yem oye na kuma ka papa into no oye biggest fans on kenja wa mama me yam wo biggest fan no after no yam nti wo be ko fiam head of productions nyame hwe ni ye papa the man Thomas and so wo studio biara ojemro nyame ye yi biara no nyame hwe ni ye papa me mama me sure dem obodem bi otena ho rehwem papa mama do ane pe mi che o kwan sonko do me besi ha nyame adoma ye basan ye hia cafe bar no is the place Jowulu police station in Chanhon ma omozna na fahade na bepe bibuzi sisi areze makran ho nyame adoma basan ye hia
ye wodi nkomo bebre ye da sese oje bre hweye ye wie ni sai de na ye benadenti no awose ye hwese de apomuden so emu nsam no ekro wadaro ma benadadu se ya ye wo Faith Homeopathic Clinic for ha ombeboa ye ni edi enkomo mama Faith papa Faith ye chia mo no paper ye da mo asenso se musumo bo dawro o ye fidie so emi enya biditua yenka nti ye da mo ase apomuden panso amode manti na muda so gina mo na so a mo ba ha nti ebusia mo akwa abai
ye nua
na bibia bokode
nyame adom
ye de nyame ase pa Dr. Abigail Dr. Kofi Amponsa and Dr. Boatin and Dr. Sa e mamu nyina ache ya da mo asenso and e benada
that's right
I want to be any topics aya ye di ho enkomo ada ma Dr. Abigail ye hwe ndan so ye kasa fade ho
ye da si bebre samwe e Faith Homeopathic Clinic na moti yenka na se mo hwe yen ti ye de nkia kese e ma obi biara same wagibre etie yen se de antefia e kan e benada no pa bia ehia se ya na ahokaka ye aye kaka ye ho efa yapomuden ho na ya metai ka se onipa wo ho na se one steady nipadua no abribia se teach man na se kobone a wani beba ho so no na ade na eye no aye kese eye kese nso a de nsem bebre na eba nti ene no mepese meka bibia na se mechiche ne makakra bi efa 1 2 3 bi ti se ye wo yare na na se how na eba nipadua nim ye wo bi a ne symptoms no eye common enti wan hwe ya obeka se eye A anase B but na emfa eho anase enyemu bia bibi ti se fibroid prostate enlargement anase prostate cancer eye UTI urinary tract infection anase STDs no ekura common symptom bia wan hwe ya o de be hyewe but na enye no de di kan ti se lower abdominal pain tembia bia obeti se waya se eye oya titu eko onifa ho ko osisi on ebeye oya pa but wan hwe yi a oyo ba o menses beba beka se bia o menses no nti na ma waya se oya but na enye ono a anase bia o de be hye bibi foforo ebetimi aye sa na me ya me bobosu se fibroid ewo ho anase bia prostate ewo ho oyo bema anase bia infection bi na asserting ti se obi ono ma okodwunso so oyo ba bia obeti se na se onom eye ne ya ansa na dwunso no beba se bema nso a obeti se ne bema nem emu ye ne ya pa ansa na dwunso no aba ebia na efisa na ema mu bi bia be fun say infection but na nye infection na bia na prostate no kwa na problem bi e ba ho ana say bia Johnson no bi obechimo acha but de beba no eye kitikiti bi so ye oba so ye bema etimi ye obia enti ebia na ewu susu no se dem di kan na emfa ho ba bia na se enye ho na se bia obetimi anya discharges bi bia bon se eye dark brown ana se yellowish in color oye bema ebetimi efi bema ni mu aba oye oba ebetimi efi wase wonum so aba enti na bia o de be hye se bia eye ade ewe but na enye enumu bia na edesa we ni ba na se bia oba o menses no kwa no time ma bia o expect say eba no na enye sa time na betimi aba a week before or time no anasa o time ni betimi apa ho ama week and some days bi kwa abeto so ansa na aba ebi so ebeba no bon say aye clotted dark brown anasa obon say ayi atoto ebi ewo ho but who say enye normal because I say a flow eye ensure sa aha enti who say dey ebi ana fibroid kwa na ebon ka na say infections ibi na akofa sa or how we say e dey abro enti dey bi ameka say oni pa oto na say unye nhwehwemu ewo odi padua mu a bibi koso a de wo de wadwen ebe sie no obeye ho aduro but enye yie enti na baby o say otimi to anamo na wo ye nhwehwemu ewo ni padua no enti na faith de bi e ka say ye machine ne de ehwe fiti uti so ebesi form oba ye misa wano asem eno aska ne ni padua no na ehwe a na ache say de bi adewe ene kontubo se be ko say me hawa me de nam no enu nie enti me so tu anamo anase tutu meka ebra faith na be ye nhwehwemu ante even ye toilet kwa ye kon efi ye ho ban eche yen ebi a how bi a eba ni padua no but esan say ye kwa dodo na ye ni enhwe enti no ya ye hu obi betimi akobechi obetina toilet ne so for long time ebi aba fi se koko but na ebi kwa na enye koko bia na aduane odi kwa no fiber bi ani fiti anopa kosi anwume enti tembia obenya constipation ebi ono so toilet ne color ne kwa na eba no ema hu se ebi a problem bi efi liver no anase problem bi efi ha enti tembia na ewo se o access anase koko kura ho no ma ebi a toilet enye flashing wan bi na osore wan se blood bi kura ewum enti ni se wan access ni ema bi a hu se wakomoja mpo enti time a ubehu se ai na eya too late enti de bia meka se nipadua ne de ehia ti mesrel samme ya wajibe ehwe me no tutu anamo anase tumika na bra faith ene ana week ye free screen de bia ye oba ye anyi uska ti angase miniska enti minti me ko oba ye best kan nipadua no ni ahwe detox oba se na meka toilet e bi kwa na toxins nko na ewo nipadua no ma e cause sa dewe oba ni eye detoxification no e de mawa ebe sane ni mama wan kasa na wani beje junso ya obi ho junso a obre oba ti ya ye de abe mama faith adaro mo de abe oba ni e de mawa ansa na be fi OPD ko abeba be hu doctor na junso o junso free e ma hu se enema kwa adane iti meso samre tutu anamo ebra faith oba onso benya
yada say yanko Dr. Amponsa
mama mfa number ntu jana yemfa number no number faith we part clinic edidi ejuma na 0540 71 0940 0540 71 0940 and 0244 58 38 59 0244 58 38 59 you can faith we part clinic said Dr. Abi Akan on say ye fa kwampa so ye hwehwemu se na be bebo ni pedua no hwehwemu aye ye nso ye nkotan baabi ye se ye free medical screening ba be da fidie nso be check ni pedua be hwede ni pedua na duru sabre ya ho odin no ebe na be kire onkokora bom de obeye obi ho a onyini ono maame na mo atimu se hu maame hunu ba omu nyina fra because o maame kora ho odin ho ofesini no ono papa na masa na tie e na sabre se wo hwe ni pedua ni ya eno na wunyina ebe boa ma nso atumi atrase edi dache ko sabre na wo bre time abenye scam yesi anyway ni atutua ne mapi eno nti na esi brabe ye hwehwemu ye yade awo pia ya ebe ni pedua mu a ese ni pedua no eda ne ho dipe na ebikun ebi ye cancer wo he cancer se de esi se ni pa eba bi o take years bi o kura 6 years 10 years na ho di but eda ne ho di na ebikun ti na ese da ne da brabe ye hwehwemu ye yade bi o ho eba ese wa poso kotodwe wachi kase e ma osisikia ese o hye ne nso ena yade bi wo e ba nya se ofitia no afa aduru no anom ye hwehwemu hunu yade no ansa na wonu modu ye woni me bi wo ha wo ni pedua otim se ade we ye wo no e yade a ehu but wo so no afa aduru na wanom because onim se o clipping no because what is onum painkiller pain beko but ye se o hye ne nso no se ni pedua no wunua na yade ne ba na num painkiller e pain ne ko bia wo de ntesa ena nipa bia nso yade ba e wo de ye o cells na wo ni pedua mu a eno ne the basic body building blocks na no ni pedua fapem ye me ni pedua ni gina e bia wo time wo ye adwuma kopem o cells a e wo liver mu no e ye adwuma 18 months ena de e wo adwuma de e forever kopem so bewu nia o cells na red blood cells na ye adwuma 120 days ena wo cells na white blood cells na ye adwuma 13 days pe intene te bi hia enuane ahode wo ma be prepare ehia iron vitamin B12 B3 vitamin C any ade ansa na timi prepare sa recover it is one when ye na you wa bien say wo di ni pedua ni di agora ensa dodo a wo di me ni pedua no cigarette dodo a wo di me ni pedua ni nyina e ni pedua ekum ni pedua no wadua ni a wo di nso enye enkuta ahode no na wadua ni mu no ti de bia wo yare yo obi ho ha no e bema ne mema yo sam nye but onim se ono obebe da obenum adu adenti ono mama ne bema na sorry but also on says how baby cry obema ntimi sorry ya obema bi o wa ohu ne yira ne bema sorry eda nani na so baby na o wa bonten no na sorry obedu fia en sorry e betumi de ba diabetes mi de ba wo ye kese busu baby abema etimi ba e na se ohu se obema bi o wa da bi o frustrated na otimi se ne bema sam nye bebe bi a ne mema yo sam nye no oni akodu owu mo ba kwa na openo a ansa na obeka che no otonuane aboka ansa na oka che se openo tim se the mema yesom na nye de bia wo dini bibi boko na e bia so ogina camera ti a enipa na kasa bi kwa no de okasa wi nda so na ogina ho no odwe no o MC a no utum se sound no nye no otwo no hwe he was very frustrated oba bi ono nso ne menses na say ni ma bi nkoye no o infection no ono nso de bia no odwene na no so ti enu nti ne yakasa yade de beba why nipa ne de untumi nkase onyare yedidi ye home ye no nsuo enti efie wo mu no eba ye ho no ba ye twefin efi ni pedua mu obi meka ne yade hwese obi ti o ye kese bro so utum so o ye kese Ghana o ye kese na o hie odam for so ho efe de bia ho efe na wo sresre kese no nso yade bia ebia eba ena mo ni pedua na yekese obi yem niema ne liver ne kidney no esei onhwe obi anu nsa we na muno sa ma ni pedua na esei na die hu kese pa yeni na die tuta gu so no wuta die dogu ani so a ebetime amoni na dum but e wo so ye nhwemu se e te na esi so a wa ye nhwemu waposo kotode osisi chia obi nya ulcer na odi anka na onum energy drink na onum nru a na odi empesa ade no da bia na wo so tintimi sew wo ya de na wo se aba ebeku no fit ya ba se ye bi ye fi ho ama ya de kwankro ne yehwe nti ya de bia ye hwe odwunso semo na se tata kotode ho no ni nyina ba ye behwe ama fa namba no feyin ye wo Accra ha Santa Maria Antiku Junction obata krade a ye wa Naje police station nche ope Koforibia ye wo Pale Junction uko eye Western Regional ye obugo so oda se dabo gadan nchen okumase de na chese woduru ahenema kokko bi 18 wo pe me so fa number no fe ye wo ben kan wo ya de ye ne ebehwe ya de no ne ma ho odu ye mu odu ebetu ase ye kwa emebim number no eye 0547 57 84 94 0547 57 84 94 and 0540 71 09 40 0547 578494 and 0244 583859 we Faith Omipate Clinic e adwuma fidwa da kopememeda tabia bebebia ebehwe ya de bia nso bebebia no ebehwe to ase am
yada mo se papa panti Faith Omipate Clinic na yete won kan fa number ne sisi a na frɛ so boss o wa mo so de wo ekire wadwo frɛ wo ma o mbeje wo so ma men koso na men kai wo se ye nyini nyina no Malta ye nim Malta Guinness da so agina na so den sakra kakra na aba container no ho a ye new jeje can new jeje can so masasa can na keke ne mom de wo mu no content no you know Malta Guinness na de the same to me sure kokonum bi na boost you immune system no vitamins B na emwa pa trimika obowura supermarket be bia so pe Malta Guinness new jeje can no bi na nso watumi e dia yo program bia ya wo ye ne ha na brema kwan na ye nkomo no ye de asie meja da to ne anopa me chia memo ache ye hye se wo hwe na nati wa woni dwabemfo nyina nso ye chia mo se magebre hwe ebie nyame hyehyira mo nyina ba akọ kwasi sia boaten aye krado de asemidi kemba owie ankomo no ne pensempensemo no nyabre ne adaje ma ye ne tie bi ye da se
Yaba wunyina ma chema makwa babiem emfa emra bedwam tumedie so on Adom TV live on DSTV channel 280, Go TV channel 119, Multi TV they give us on the social live, and so ne nyina say go podcast. Okwa share kama pa debia program bia be ko benya ho no matimi asatie ne bia ene de enso ho no ene so komo kase ho ya yeba ababedie sema culture say from now till December 2024 there eyen komo a ebe kire oman dache eyen komo a ebe pevi we dia ma ese ye ko ye nimu ye fa benkum ana ye fa nifa and so yeah to us midday the akwesi in siafa na sekese koma Spanish garlic mixture and capsules misroda ebo ye pa selebia mo a monya diabetes mo jonso a emma papa ebe boa clear bibia e de mo amai kese amana bro so cholesterol ye bad o doctor for catch say the baby cholesterol nam de enya kram so hia Spanish garlic mixture and capsules ubetimi ato mixture ubetimi ato capsule ni nyina ye adwuma ba ko pesa so na pacho arthritis hypertension mechire mo jamro so ebi mo amoda mo twan krom mesro da o hia du papa na abo atimi ni nyina de afro hese wakosiro bi dan e wakontuom na ada ne pakro edan ye china o hwan krom o hwen next time kwa won fi obi unya Spanish garlic mixture and capsules so and mambu mesara se hu amane a mesro hia edu ebi natimi abo ye pam so the Spanish jingo capsules eno so eboa emma moja edi afrusa ne enkanka wo ya adwemu nipa bebre moja ntimi ne afrusa ne wo madwemu tutu ebe wo se adwene ye adwumadu ba bia na astope cause moja na eflo no enflo ye unya jinko capsules abetimi abo ye pa sa so na pato akore bo otimi se na dinim no enye se wabon wo take a long time and say na otimi a capture ne ma ye kire no unya Spanish jingo capsules eno so ebeboa ye pa ye na ye mpese e benyini no ye de anie for anti-aging Ghana baby ato do be akwa ansabeka bi atofo ni e kire Hallows Herba e wo Okanshi D-Lane Tenated Herba Repad Herba Widama Herba e wo Ashaman Equity Pharmacy House of Drugs Jukat Pharmacy e wo Kaswa Dependable Herba e wo Medina Nolinko Herba e wo Hohoi in the Volta region Abesam Pharmacy e wo Ho o Volta region so na bia ton adrobia no kwa sebeke bi atotofo enfrem 0266 114111 0266 114111 sanso ena make up for the amount say ena bia ye kwa akoto ne papa eye Franco Trading Enterprise obakache onyedu omo nchen kwa dia ena mababa bi oso sa eka bibia no sebetimi aka bi ato say ye free say ye air condition say ye CCTV camera say ye phone Samsung iPhone Nokia for any echere Franco Trading Enterprise from no entry and come kingdom eba nso ne nso edu ebo ama serebe a ahode betimi aba ne padwanim o ma bia to adrobi akwa ansa beka kingdom and pay bi enso ato Dennis Miracles Abuaje Director of Communications the Dr. Alhaj Mahmoud Baumia campaign for 2024 Miracles atenase Brother Kodie
oya ojoso na ohoye
na patro so e
eso pesa otan we bende se ja wo ni tua du campaign period say there isem no doso
e form to say
adwo form a form picture because you see you're caught into a very crucial election at a time when Ghana for bebre na Edia dance say yes we never bebre in the past and we want to make sure say mistakes are here in the past.
Okay.
Yes, and so repeat it. Until a lot of the Ghanaian voters they call around that they when they say omo atomo boss no more analyze the situation.
Okay.
say me kotoba eyi kedini obedi menim if 2025 ekwa kopem 2028 then na me hwe anim se penine be yama me edien na me hwe ewo penine mu and critically ubemu se Ghana for bebre e ka se omo pepeni a omo betumi enya gidi woni mu okay se odi ose ebe yeyo se obedi nokre okay na ne kankan kra no ese peni no tumi peni a owotema ene odosronko ma oman Ghana ene oman Ghana dache okay these are the critical things the people are discussing say empendo do saying ena yebetu anamo akoye nim mienu na yebema ye ho kwane asan yechi yensa and it's clear say between Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and omampeni dada John Dramani Mahama no Ghana phone she den je omampeni John Dramani Mahama mun jini ndisa oh yes sure oh say evidence of her. So the problem for the former president they say ya carry with that nya fi never be carry with that now on your president so nimza na or your vice president okay obe kaya 2016 ayi abato no ayi debate o ka kire yen say o say ono de or your spare driver you remember okay na nke betumi a yema no driving seat no na on be main driver no so ndi obetumi aye no on fa be boy no cre 2016 ye de be a 2012 ye be de be a but Ghana for the man and one of the reasons why I Ghana for the or man share inside at that time no was simply to make a point say ye mo no so kwan na ne de kakra obetumi aye no okay onye ne yehwe o man ye chechire ye nkan say niema esese nyina ebetumi aye ne da kopa na preko na mum ade bako a yenim ne say wode wani so ade hu ne ba na yetie na to asuma ebe ma kwan na so wa be de obetumi aye unfortunately for the former president between 2013 okay ekopem 2016 oman yi ode ye kwhya amena donko and ethode bia o ka na when nyamra ncheche mu a obi tienche on tiase hwe awezi ahoche de beba or how de betumi aba because me no ka say even first world countries to say America and UK crown okay almost struggle UK in 2022 be kaya within 6 months no master prime ministers be 2 or 3 yeah you remember US omo debate about 3-4 days ago yeah the cardinal point what we debate is that prices of goods and services in America have gone up inflation cost economy ni more thing and you heard the president of the United States say the key thing that cause more problems is COVID and Russia Ukraine and you can't fault him. One expected say obe sorry that could be in 2020 no we be nya COVID one expected say obe sorry that could be all recover from COVID and no we share Russia Ukraine so what they are doing is not to run away from the issues but confront the challenges and then get themselves out of it inti oha de beba but BBC I no na magana fo nyina gidi omwo ene da so omwo former president no omoye film and I remind you okay say 2013 we went through economic challenges yeah and that was domestic economic challenges because there was no global crisis at the time when we had those economic challenges what happened was that oman broke out to the point to say sika cry the be kokoto fuel gas any fuel a power generators na Ghana for to media ye adwuma no monye sika shom bottom no sa sika no kane yenya okay that was when we went through 3 difficult years out of 4 years of energy crisis under the former president and do you know what they did the omo ye ne say omo so no ma fa phone no ma frɛ America omo frɛ Singapore omo frɛ Norway hello Ghana o yate say mo generators amode generate power yenya energy crisis yesre mo de mo fa mo generator ne mra mo me fa mesi wona mo fa nye create mo fa generate power na say mo generate a ye use wo ye betu aka ade no so amode ba no ye ni scared betu amoka nti mo fa fam ye nti omo fam generators bebre on credit free
because there was a challenge,
but the challenge was not necessarily generation problem.
Yeah, sure.
Nti yes enunti na dru baby no na the number of generators e wo ene capacity e wo no abro energy dodo a ye hia no so nti omo generate power no kra na yentumi use. The problem was that nipan the generator na ba obehye si wo wantu ahwe nti wamboka na mum esese water fuel na wo de good generator nim na e generate power ma wo o de be free ni de wantu aka nti o de be si wo na we de aba omo de ban so no mo kate omo deals fa ho nti ene omo de basa
say who evidence say no mo kate
we fi say nya issue bi ba attorney general ko di e chiri kra wo UK near there we'll come into that emom be park generators be bree so omo de create omo generate power but ye nye scared beto fuel nti na in this country we had capacity excess capacity and yet we're in an energy crisis.
That was here, man.
Oh, 2014, 2015, 2016.
But see, you started put up your plant together latter part of 2015, area 2016.
What's in together?
Yeah.
But one can say started by your plant. Your plant in 2015, 2016. We started bringing
your packaging together. Like you connect your generators your crowd that time. I think the latter part of 2015, area 2016.
That is the point. So the point is that free we are not with the aba. We are not with the aba. So you go. No, that is not the. So how come? So how come you had the generators and yet we're in an energy crisis? And I want you here. At the intina unya generators on system na ewo dum som. 2015 generators na buy me boy. And so you had dum som 2015, you had dum som 2016. How come?
2016 no kan ya kakra.
Tamen. Bill phone line.
Yeah, but in 2014.
A change.
Yeah.
But we're in an energy crisis. Hey, on my way, moon. Edu baby no. They saw you do Mukania Monday, about Wednesday. And I refi. Because you've enjoyed power for 7 years under an MPP government, you forgotten how difficult it was. Nancy, you been in energy crisis 10 weeks, you know.
Yeah.
Once I remind you, kakra, and the crowd was light of a call of 6 hours, 8 hours. But we used to sleep in darkness for 3 days and get power for 6 hours. Yet we had generators. It was simply because the economy was broke. Nti wunye sika mfa nkoto fuel mfa be power generator. Generator ne ban ye dun. Eye free or the free wo. Wanje uska. Odi besi wona odi afemo. Nti utua ne kakra. Nti because economy ne broke nti even though we had so much generators as
okay.
We didn't have money to buy the fuel to power those generators.
Okay.
On my way, under the same president, John Mahama, Ghana near or teacher training college and nursing college, because Oniska, maybe we a secondary school, equipment school, my boy ni big kakra. But some call university. When my grandfather catch him, oh. We do PTC PTC so there okwa ye ntua hwe the allowance be ko uwie ano wenye wadwuma. I'm telling you that is how traditionally we see teacher training colleges. And he was right because Charlie cash ni was ana ese utumi ko wurem na aban hwe wona kakra and so the uwie ya fe na ko church application ya agi wadwuma. That is how much a lot of us saw teacher training colleges.
Okay.
Then all of a sudden, in your economic crisis. In your economic crisis now, one of the solutions on the brain is say, here for mana, omode allowance no share allowance no so the college. Edukonye bibiye, emo mo nesika form benya classroom tirano. Yes, ye allowance reference nsem. Wa jefi nese for nso nsem. Enye no pe. Ansa na obe wie school kra nya kwa college ni mu kra no. Secondary school na akwasi. Esese wo kɔ no. Nkola ni wie school a niema mienu ena ya akwanside ema omo. Ba ko ne se nkola dodo ewie school eso mo ko school no omo doso ese school adan ye ho. Enti nkola be 600,000 ewie BC but school a dining desk ne dormitory say won be to imagine nkola be 400,000 per. Okay. Instead of say on mine no be pe kwan bi so na nkola 200,000 na akono. Yes say the cut off point bi ayeden aba. Na the cut off point no eji nkola 200,000 enye se wabon. Enye se no ntumi nko school simply because Aban didn't have enough infrastructure. They cut you off. Second challenge. Almost kura omanya admission e so mo school no. Emu be 100,000. Afibia no omo busuafo ne omo maame no amawofo enni sika. Omo de behwe san kwala no mo yeden. Omo ko school because secondary education was very expensive. Omo penida dankasa kawo parliament. So secondary education has become very expensive. The poor people's children remained at home under his presidency. 100,000 every year. He had no solution for these people. The kanka impone say, omo mo bo mo de omo wie colleges no nurse ni teacher colleges no mo wie school wie na me na naka chem say we de okoya wie na wenye adwuma no omo wie no 2014 2015 2016 ojo mo nyina gufie wan fa omo adwuma mu omo so omo ye lucky a ofo no ye fa wa obeye adwuma saa 1 year na ban tua wokaye onum say no po de nkaye normal nti aban betua no wetua de fe no back pay afa edu baby no ye man ni enkola ni enuanum ye adwuma 1 year esi etua ne ka aban say aban niska nti even though why adwuma 1 year no ye betua wo 3 months. These were the realities of the day. We mono this is our reality. These are the real things. Mekasa meka de be saying okay, it's online, it's on my joy online na Adom news. Dr. Fo I can say we should really look at their conditions of service. Okay. Omampeni can say ono muni negotiation biaye. In fact, time when here for say yes allowance is the utwe be haye. Ye paucho. Wo de anya hwekra ye mpekwan bi so na nkola yi san eni allowance. O say sa allowance ne nko na mo hwe na mo de ato abe ma me de anka mo ntuntia me. That allowance no ka say we nyi inflow entirely. But we replace no with the student loan transfer. Allowance in loan ye pe. Ese allowance in loan ye pe. The then argument ni say amanfo a omuko university enso gi the same loan bi and the show omu school. Nyame yodem na ofrem na oba na so benya adwuma na watwia. And for them the teachers and the nurses crowd they easy for them say uwie school like is adwuma da wa be kunu. Easy. Oja 3 years go fie. Before no. No, not likely. On another band, so there wasn't likely. Let's put the record straight. When he was in government, 3 years, no goofy. So when you're likely, and that straight. Aha. Said you It's not the argument here. Say so when you admire dear, then would you know is so we are waiting me about it. Mamika say Mamika say Mitchell. Maybe the Senate loan the core University of Ghana. Okay. And I'll tell you something. Make apply for loan. No. It took me 2 years. Me do level 200 second semester. As I meet me, I qualify. I just need to win the year because who could you loan now? Guarantees now we hear no. Let me nebi. I need guarantee. Me nebi. My mother had to go and beg people. You see, you can't solution for the poor. And my mom fa omo di omo ho. Omo take cabinet they mu decision. In fact, you need to take a decision that takes care of the poor holistically. It will be the loan, Matthias here. Okay. You now loan made access. Loan now also mean access no. What the guarantor system be about? Our guarantor system no. Okay. Mean to mean qualify. How many poor people unim kukua? Yeah. Unim kukua. There are communities and they na dan kwaku for the free senior high school. And ama opportunity ama nipa me know to mean akwa school. There are communities in Ghana like that. Abrante here and say we secondary school or others who baby your call others who praise primary. Your call Abayama scholarship or what a friend is saying UK no. Yeah. Brunel University no. What say you call into what your name American or say we school no we bought all A's. And so enya dia or no betumi nye sika dia akola na eden akọ school. Akola si also be call college. O se on kofa guarantor no meji loan. Sa guarantor no okofa ne he. So you see there will be a poor person that wants to go to the college. And woman allowance and the beko. But also on beji loan with a guarantor, only guarantor into be cut refie. That is not a solution for the poor. A way of separating the poor from the rich and creating the platform for only the rich to be educated. Inti sa uba na unyo opportunity be your mampeni na u treat your mind say and the pay wo hofiti Kwame Nkrumah bre so nko de oba say ni nyina free ho. It will be very difficult say obetumi asa back. And let me tell you something, Kwesi Nambedi on this point. I find it very disrespectful. Very, very insulting to the people of Ghana. When the former president stands in front of us and say, vote for me to be president again, I won't cancel this. Vote for me to be president again, I will not touch this. Vote for me. Very insulting. Who did Ghana for him catch and say, oh, 2 billion cedis. I'm coming from free senior high school. And then you come back to us and come and tell us, say,
free senior high school in its current
form. Yeah, no. Wankasa, please. He didn't say that. Don't put your credibility on the line. The video is there. I can challenge you to play the video. I can challenge you. He didn't add. He never added. No, he never added that. Don't put your credibility on the line for him. Or say, if he had 2 billion cedis, he would not put it into free senior high school. I'm telling you. In fact, the closest he has said is that Uncle Bedi can acquire basic education as a wide or senior high school. That's your choice. In fact, he actually did that when he was president. What he did when he was president is that Afibiano Oja Ankola over 100,000 slave in the name of progressive. Enti Embrao or say Mama Missy Danen Kakra Krabisi Wias Amuna Maba. Enti Wine na Ujan Wofie no. Sa Kola na Ujan Wofie in the year 2013 no. Unim Nesha Brene. So there's a big difference between him and us. We try to find a way for everybody to survive and everybody to thrive. He always finds a way to separate the poor and the needy from the rich. You know, create your opportunity among the few in the name of progressive. That is his choice. And that is why Ghanaians don't trust him. And that's why he's very disrespectful. Say, why are Kayaka de say? No, I say about Bekaches. I dare not me ye mono. Oh, Motuaba Mammy be your mampeni. Me Yamunoma Bonnie Bebre, Banyama Bonina me Muna, Montoma me ba me ye beam. Motuaba Mambe your mampeni, me teachers allowance, me ba minjum. Motoba ma mbe yo mampeni me free senior high school no me se me nye me no progressive afi de ma ye me ba me ma na wo ho motoba ma mbe yo mampeni na afi bia wo ye adwuma wo wie college a ye gya mu nyina trafie ne ya fa kakra bi afi de me sramo me ye ne sa biem me be yo mampeni wo ye adwuma na metua wo ye adwuma 1 year na metua 3 months ba me sramo motoba ma me ba me ye ne 3 months biem. How do you think people will believe you?
Do you say I'm for Dr. Badwam?
Absolutely.
We are sure.
Absolutely.
It's a Dr.
Absolutely.
Vice President.
Absolutely. Because you see, Dr.
People are complaining about the Kufuor-led MPP government.
You see, we Kufuor. So it's about me. I don't know about Tamils. Me come Hama. I don't know about Tamils.
Because
me ba na mambo Tamils.
Dr. Badwam is part of a Kufuor.
Now, see, again, you are making that. You are jumping the conversation.
Okay.
Okay. What's okay Kufuor? Me ke what say me about Tamils? The difference is that Mahama has been president. It's depending on Kufuor. Mahama, I am one so compare no to Baumia. Baumia vice president. Uti pen no. Uduwechi. Uti pen ni Kufuor. Uti pen ni Atamels. Uti pen ni Kufuor. One say Okasa no kaya say Kufuor. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, is he a president of this republic? Specific question. Answer it. Context. Is he president of the republic? For the Constitution of Ghana, don't we have specific responsibility and role of the President of the Republic and the Vice President and the ministers? Don't we have it?
So what basis name Fanto Abama Dr.
Monto Abama Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia because the mandate as Vice President the Constitution and then the specific responsibilities are buying the share and he's executed it to perfection. You see, one of the things Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia sought to do was to try and build or bomode say obe build it mine fapem. Okay. For a very long time into me nyamre ye intembre bia ye ba ye twetwe ni onsa wudon ni a wonye hwe. So I just twetwe so sa na wo baby. What he has been doing is to focus on see two run as a prekope. So wo man na so man no just barely 20% and omutumi yetumi capture omo in the tax net or mo contribute bibi to omani development e be den say obetumi nya sika obehia de abo omano ho akwama. And so for a very long time this country we didn't know who was who. Yenim baby a hwan wo, yenim baby a obite, yenim bedwum obi ye, yenim anope obi sorry ye, yenim say ntia say wonya tiare so wonya tia. We didn't know until we could not even as a country plan properly. In both expenditure and revenue terms, we couldn't plan. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia said, so listen, we need to formalize the economy. Formalizing, but what we are doing is build a foundation once and for all. And that's what he focused on. Until he's made sure, say, for almost about 7 years. We're building a certain structure. I'm telling you, say, see, keep it at this pace, Ghana will never be the same again. Today, and I mean, no, say, when me are doing say, offer with national identification card in our Ukraine. Okay. It me and maybe brave
Ghana card.
Yes, the friend Ghana card, something that we never had. And then,
oh yes, sure.
How can say Biana now we need Ghana
Ghana card.
They will be.
I think some 2011 or so.
I know, yes, sir. My main cousin Mitchell. Okay. Ghana card President Kufone Shazi. Yeah. When we to me I'm printing mass Ghana card. Okay. 2011, 2012, yeah, okay, yes, sir. In fact, 2011, 2012 cards and printing, it was obsolete. It became obsolete because a system I say to make sure say a better comprehensive. Now that's data now Did you ever see any government print even 2 million Ghana cards in this country before?
Do they have to print 2?
We have done 17 million and above.
So it means you the upgraded version of what we
exactly. Nasa card and say we say Ghana card me ID card. Card you send health insurance and card. Secondary school will be our card. That's what we are talking about. We are talking about that card that today we are Ghana in our America and our Caribbeans and our bar. That's a BBI out to be found at the plane about Ghana. We are talking about that card that today who can register our business and now they register. And now to I can see your boy would ebe you BBI or bank account details or company our register or tax away to ya and it will be BBI. That is the kind of system and structure that we are talking about. And I'm Ghana card inti we are building a credit scoring system. Ebe to me a mama no akwesi yenya a friend say high purchaser twa nkakra kra ebe to me and ebi abo man yimu a ebe to me use our credit scoring system no na Ghana ni bi to me access it sanoma way. The point is that with the kind of digital driver or Mampini Dr. Mahmoud Baumia about my way, it is ensuring convenience for the people and increased productivity. And nothing a nay, nanka or work out more my way, and a year for her. Obi shorty moja I machibe 2 a.m. Ewo besia 10 rase. Okay. If you 10 rase about the closest hospital, a bed 2 hours. Kwano so ye ontumi nko nti na wada ho ne wewu ene Dr. Mahmoud Baumia through the digital drive at the zip line aba anadwo 2 a.m. kra wo hia moja ana wo hia owedru am yesebi wo life ye betumi e de aba am yesebi wo life and me no kata is because of this digitalization nti a lot of the services are you use ye touch e wo my way mu no aye convenient am o manfo e ma aye transparent so e ma leakages e wo ho no so akofem e ma revenue for these service providers also akosro contributing positively to the growth of the economy. Utukwan, tell me which country in the world na it say in the western world they say yomo it say the kind of economy away and then we can match any of these countries because of what we are building for ourselves. And if we continue to do this and protect it at the pace at which we are doing it, you can imagine what would happen to us as a country. That is what Dr. Mahmoud Baumia has been focused on. That is what Dr. Mahmoud Baumia has been working to build, to give us that foundation.
So where which would Mampeni the shares?
Of course.
Managing our city, managing our economy in general. Neka Dr. Alhaj Mahmoud Baumia Ejuma. A cabinet Ejuma. Your cabinet subcommittee on economy, which Dr. Mahmoud Baumia is part of. Okay. He's not the head. He is part of. In fact, the head of the cabinet now. Wopa yaresano. Yeah. Yare ka wana do this woman. And ya fe and a woba be call Ridge Hospital. Because one man Ridge Hospital. Baby a one hospital no e kwan ewa and a wukro mu kwan ewa. Enti you need an immediate intervention. Okay. That immediate first line intervention no, is the CHIPS compound. Yeah. Without the CHIPS compound, adie bia obeye bia no o ye no kwa. Ma me kire wo. Health infrastructure. CHIPS compound dodoa ya 1737. That's the total number of CHIPS compounds that we have built. Separate from the Mobetoyen.
Yes. 1737 new CHIPS compound. And 1737. Hospitals 12. Health centers 5. Polyclinics 15. These are the agenda 111 district hospitals na ye wi eduko my baby bia no nka ho. E no nka ho. 1737 CHIPS compound this year data doesn't lie. And the pictures are here. Okay. The pictures are here. Every single community with these projects and the location is here. And the reason why CHIPS compounds are crucial, and I say, answer na yebe refer waba Ridge and 37 no. Na SSA wako. a friend is saying which is company ahwe e say we na eti yare pe there be ade we there enye ti yare nko a yen free ambulance na yen fa ambulance be fa. There was no ambulance in this. We had no ambulance system functioning in this country.
Effective.
No functioning.
Oh, functioning is it?
The functioning ambulance they want my do 50. Then do 50.
So no functioning.
They say do 50.
But nurse.
Yes. Today.
But near ambulance.
What be health make capture today. Every constituency has an ambulance. Every constituency has an ambulance. Enunti me ka chiefs compound. Once me shishaba wo. O ma me time ya see chiefs compound no. Into wo yare anse na e be kan wen no be to kwan 80 kilometers no. Ye do be ko saa bia wo ne ya hwe. Ye hwe wo ye se do be baby. Enka ne no. Na ye de omoto abobo ya mu. Ye de omoto truck so. Ye de omoto motorbike. Open for not motorbike achi. Na ya chichire na to the ride na chi. Na ye de ne ko hospital. Ye bedu na moje tu no. Na wewu. Enei your ambulance or ambulance you do betum na do eden you do abakra
say you need ho bi
na wo ho
but say you need ho bi
exactly
and they be no
it is available the ambulance why in any war does every constituency have an ambulance or not?
Okay,
that's the question you should answer. So every constituency has been provided with an ambulance. Yeah, emergency health services system no has improved and the data is here. I have the data, I can open it to you. Which are your ambulance sector, ambulance services there kwa ya faswa I impacted community now. It's here. You can see all of these things here. It tells you clearly that, but for the Nana Danko Ekufuado, ne Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, Amembuno, there was no way we're going to so ambulance between 2009 and 2016. Now the total number of ambulances is 55 semi-functional.
Okay.
Semi-functional. Let's say enye juma papa. Sa say enye effective.
But more juma send your ambulance.
When I say more juma send possible na 55. Responses, I just said, nipa dodo a and this for ambulances no afibia na to me bo mo 5,000.
The 55 were
5,000 people, the whole country.
Okay.
And because of that, now your ambulance to population ratio. Na just say, oman ya dodo no, nipa dodo bia dodo a ambulance no, etumi serve yomo. Ambulance ba ko SFP nipa 524,000.
524,000
Ghana.
By the close of 2016.
Yes, 524,000 by the close of 2016.
That's 1:524.
Okay. 2017 to 2024.
With a population about 29 million.
Yes.
Okay.
2017 to 2024. This is how far we have come in our health sector, emergency services. Every constituency will ambulance be. Every constituency will ambulance be. Number of ambulances 307. 307 ya to ababeka ho.
Okay.
307. Ya to ababeka ho. 307. Responses 28,000 people in ambulance SBM in a day. Every single of this data of the 28,000 we can tell you how many of the 28,000 accident scene, accident BC and before. You bet me actually do be na asebo to obu fi no mo free ambulance before mo. You bet you omo ambulance no transfer from one hospital to the other. And they ambulance to population ratio a reduce from one ambulance to 524,000 people to one ambulance to 84,000 people. That is the scorecard in the health sector. You can't cook this. You can't lie about this. You can make this up. UGMC, University of Ghana Medical Center Phase 2 and another CCO. Look at that project. And then we are reading say University of Ghana Medical Center are yes 6 successful kidney transplant. Nana do buy in Ankoka say men kwaje sas bosie a mekoje almost about 40 something million or so euros here bekoje of parliament. Men kwaje na me fan kosi hospital in kosi baby for and I will not be able to do that. Because Professor Tamos had a good vision, which is good. There Professor Tamos cut a sword for University of Ghana Medical Center. You remember it? And when I listened to him, I was like, okay, because this was a plan that has been in the University of Ghana books since the 60s. Say, I see medical center be Emma University of Ghana, they training doctors and cry day. Nana Dubai, no one to in fact, BA, your friend say, obe operationalize the University of Ghana's medical center phase 1. You know, sign Kojis Bosia or Parliament. As I call University of Ghana said, now, are there ways we? Yem BA Muna, your feeding count. So, you know, phase 2, no,
a coup for the baby.
I owe you in the 20s, or no, there
was no plan after the phase 1. Plan. Phase 2.
There was a plan for phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 since the 1960s. It is a plan there, I have a plan in Kasam. So what you say? Since the 60s, plan or whatever.
See, yeah, UGMC.
Oh, Professor Itedana, yeah, cut a sword, no, can you say it's been part of the university's plan since the 60s? You have a plan in Kasam. You have your own plans, plan e de ka asem why na oba ye oba be ye na nado ne call parliament kwaje bosia in order to call University of Ghana no cut sword no see phase 2.
So there was no secured loan for phase 2.
No, he went to take it from parliament.
Okay.
He went to the handsets are there. He went to take it from parliament. So let me go out here say if you want to talk about the scorecard of the MPP and NDC, trust me, they won't get Omampeni that John Domani and Kasa being an Okawa parliament, the number of roads they've constructed, barely 4,000 kilometers. Barely 4,000 kilometers. Nanado Danko Ekufuada buying, you are constructing over 12,000 kilometers of road. And yet we have a lot more roads to construct. Look, NDC Babaimu. Between 1988 omo nananomba e PNDC for
okay.
Between 1988 to 1992, omo Tongana, yemfidi njuma factories are not mine war. Or mine the war factories are not mine there. Omo ton and makum over 60.
That's the PNDC. Yeah.
Yes, omo ton 60. Omo be run 93 no mo say factories here ton ye. As a any basis, legal basis we the beton tie, mo betumi ache yen. And omo call parliament. Sana omasefo na wo 92 93 mwa. No omo call parliament. No omo call pass mra. Think about it. NDC for penny abanya e wo wiase nyina obi an ye bida. Etumi call parliament. E call pass mra. Say mama ye kwan na mom pass mra be ma etumi ni aton oman mfidi adwuma. Between 1993 and the year 2001 MPP President Kufuor ba be mu no na NDC for aton Ghana for factories mako 300 factories owned by the state were sold by the NDC. 300. Imagine say 300 factories and can would have built upon it and reduce our import dependency. Because it's painful the sort of treatment NDC demand. Very painful treatment and NDC demand my way. Now I am the kasade and in training kontumpu. Especially Oha kakra base ya tese na base sie sie oh ujeja ho a omo de Oha kakra be kata we no so na hu hwe no doubt about that, but I've told you specific things that we've done that needs to be protected. Baku yo buy President Kufuor dey on buy she by the time President Kufuor fear bemu in 2008 na Ghana you see we are the golden age of business who fear banks to me ba on che we fear say beje bosia okay yeah. Standard Chartered, Barclays Bank, Fidelity on be fear say beje bosia you be pa che edu baby no na Ghana you fear the golden the gateway to Africa.
Yeah.
Hey, that was it was President Kufuor time na hu say e betumi for mine sika na e dey abo bi an kwama health insurance buy na emma under the NDC emba akwa wo so a ye fasting obewu. That was the time Akwesibotwe equal parliament no kind budget Dr. Akwesibotwe o kind maternal mortality rate. I say emma dodo say na omoko awo so afiwe omo hwe omo kwa. That was the time under the NDC. President Kufuor said Debbie, the reason why these women are dying the way they are dying, they say free be pay cash and carry. Say the oba do hospital na say work na nurse for the doctor for nhwe no. This ya to no bottom hwe say cash mu a. You to the bottom near Huskadia or better woman. People didn't have money. Into Nipano or Niska into on Kokra.
Okay.
Now, a friend say traditional midwife.
Yeah.
No, I general war, Moje Tuna, a do a channel near the no hospital. So, this country, shamefully, every year, we used to pride ourselves. Oh, this year, maternal mortality rate has dropped by 2%. How? President Kufuor said, no, we have to change this. Yema or baby uncle free. Now Obiang because Oniska. We brought free maternal care. President Kufuor Emma basic education truly free.
Yeah.
Capitation of President Kufuor the buy, President Kufuor made basic education truly free. And in fact, if you remember, that was the time immediately basic education free pay and enrollment at the basic school at Oboye. And I'm something at 2008 elections. Now that Kufuor the static I said no. You showed your President Kufuor year. Immediately on my basic education year free pay. Numbers not double. It means that Ghana for him one or much to buy a day at school. Into your secondary education is in day and you're free. And I NDC for starting here because no, however, in spite of all these things, in the year 2008 or how we buy shortage of fuel, okay?
Yeah.
Petrol shortage to the extent say open fuel at all. Oba Kojira filling station 2 days and so when you 1 gallon. Empo the price of society a cost okay ko 4 gallon. Kufuor gallon came because even at the heart of Accra, there was water shortage. Cantonment, Laboni, East Legon, Omukra gallon, no more sense who ever got them. and I'm no sunti saw how me no way inti. Okay. What the NDC did was that almost said Kufo Bomondi you then so San no me no way there. I found in so inti yen kai Ghana for the press button. No almost start Kufo your cromfo. Kufo na buy a cromfo kwa go the good bank of Ghana. Omo wiedi nyina kwa koton de kwa brichidi. Hwe munim mo hwe Kufo empany for omo bank account. We dey near NIB bank, ADB bank, GCB bank. No more printing fake bank account. You know, no more catch Ghana for. Kufo or your promiscuous or pemba to or penny bene pemba say. Or ni boni be a friend gizayazi akowo. Oma won't have for a friend of Paul and Peter will say John and Paul. Kufo mano. Say one woman. Bepe mene. Kufo fi abemu 20 something when kolei and trunk one. Okay. And then General Secretary of the NDC. Ono no lead sa entro say 50-50. Aye, o lead sa entro say Kufo na be wia gold reserve or Bank of Ghana nyina kwa brichiri. Oba be mu na obetina betting committee e bisa say okay, o kan say Kufo wia ene na be wia gold ne ade nyina. Obedi oba be mu kakra. Mo kohwe no gold no ho na se ni ho. O si o asam de yon no kan obi na kan no so ka bi. This is the character of the people we have to encounter. And it's the same thing that they are doing. Politics. No, we tell you what the issues are. And then that's what they are doing. In spite of all the achievements we've done in education, industrialization, health, road infrastructure, railways, maritime, aviation, all the things we have done, I'm going to say, we need to forget you. Abaya or no buy or better on factories 300 say, Montunti abaya or no ne and Crankrakabo Messi factories 321. What won't penny them that? Aban no oman penina ono na ban beton factories 300 ne say monto aban ti aban no ono aba be 300 no monto ntia na monto mame
se PNDC aban de na enye ndc for
PNDC aban ton 60 it is what say PNDC aban de no fit 300 no man say NDC aban e ton 240
from 93
I who say gasem na Ghana dia gasem Ghana Cement it was a company owned by the Republic of Ghana and they are cement private companies to two musi no musi pay and kada so ya buy
government me running
now to me running yan into your private sector participation no yan turn is chupa chops omo ton factories ni mo ho omo ton factories no omo ton mo ho to say chupa chops ni tomatoes maybe say mama China but mama kan me yen we pense wetie your friend is saying udim say Ghana na glass
yeah
udim aboso glass factory matches na ye crane ni obi wakade me micro mango ase ne ya assemble cars wo ho VW ya assemble cars VW o man we mu and then omo beton VW companies yi etonton sa ne manyina say monto abantia aban na odi VW abagana odi Nissan abagana odi Toyota abagana odi omo aboa na ye assemble cars monto ntia mo na monto mame what won penny sem da aban na obetwa necessary allowance say wo odi necessary allowance abana ye ntuntia na ye ntoma no aban no man kola 100,000 kete if you say what would the free education aban kola 100,000 ko school no yen tunti out yen fama no aban na oye akwan 3,000 or say 4,000 say yen tunti wa ye akwan 12,000 akwesi that is why Ghanaians will not vote for Jomama. It is disrespectful, it is insulting, and the people of Ghana are very serious about it.
In all this Ghana for that's why on here.
Absolutely.
What is the solution of Dr. Alhaj Mahmoud Bawumia?
Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has on all his rounds on the Ghana Funyans was waiting komo, and one of the things he told them is that listen, the strategy going forward is to protect what we have done and build what is outstanding. Because you see, a lot of Niyama are dependent on what we have done. And I'll give you a quick example. When we came, we needed an industrial base to reduce your dependency on imports. Your credit mabebre. And what we had to do is to ensure say any anchor boom near CC factories do near to me I don't many be my way. Okay. And I think you go about 321 by 160 operational. Yeah, can ongoing.
1D1.
Yes, 321.
Okay.
By 160 operational. Okay. And I buy 1 BB so ongoing. Now we need to complete that process. You say to me
the 1D1F.
Yeah, no, we need to build more factories. And the danger is that you cannot drop this government and go and take another government on a beton here. So it means that we have to keep this policy going, protect it, enhance it, and make sure that we move from 300 companies to 1,000 companies to 2,000 companies. The painful thing for MPP is say, "Yaba be wherever no ma say no." Until the MD nyina ba be feel ho no. and say at so Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia said that policy must be protected and must be a launch pad going into the future. Whilst we are building that base, you know, the are important, a kwambe ni edebe faso. And see what he's saying is that yempe kwambe ebe making sure say omo mu important, omo anwu yehi ane be kofe mu kakra. Say be ya ye build the base, you know, nyama no omo de bo man ni mu no so no, ebe ye easy amom na ne bo no so ayeden. Akofem kakra ene ye betumi aye because enka no ye hie sika na de atechire oman no nipa kakra bi na etu sika no nipa kakra bi na etu sika no enti embre bia no utua bebre misumi tua bebre enti omo ye betumi age omo no doso but it's only the fact that we've been able to digitize a lot of our systems in it no ene nipa dodo a ye betumi age eto kakra fi omo no omo doso okay ebi aba beka ho enti now we can afford to reduce some of the duties at the ports for importers. And we are reducing it not because you have a husu. Nemum, Kofi Mensa, Ajuata, Kojo Menu Ananka on Tuebino, and also Ababede, Ababeka, because in the Ghana card, no, are connected to the bank account, are connected to the business or all running near the end to own to me and Kodoje Mani a day, and you be to me at your port in your Manasoka duties and also. And yes, you cramp say specifically, you bet the level of the Togolese port. And now say a beba fem crampa eden asensa de to so mienu o say
at the for chem so we are contemplating between a free port
not a free port
okay
a lower duty rate regime
lower duty rate
or almost equal to the duty regime at
like,
the port.
Like charges
yes
but you see a na a bimus war challenge yeah 1D 1F ne nyina se be boa build the local industries yes sound so abehye amanfo mo kutu no metimi akra na ma de abo memo ye be de timi match
that's a big difference between MPP and NDC so you see unyansin wie
okay
nti unyansin wie ne de wo be face wo strategy ne kakra unyansin wie nti whilst wo si no a wo guso a eba no pe kwan bi so na ma aho hiahia anye den embra kakra aho tom bra kakra that's the strategy nti na unya nyina prekope no ye guso a yesi adu baby na afa de adu baby ade na ayeden ados one who producing more e wo man ni mu a enye wo kana beka che nipa nzema ne nkofamba
but so what Association of Ghana Industries almost most of niema e kraba Ghana no omo ye na even dodo mu kra ma bi kra
example here
anwa
example here
anwa oil
you see it's not true go and look at the data o de kohwe e ya fa sanse mi ba ko data no ho go and look at the data on our consumption of oil consumption of rice. Even some of the things I want to say common near the head. Never be to say oil, rice, sugar, any brodo. Ghana for the din. Inti ye guso ye produce ye bimu ye bi. But ye nyen do level like Rebecca say ye ban the import of rice and now oil like ye be to me nya my way no. In fact, ye ban na the cost will go up because don't want I want my way no and so
it's also not because of cost of production.
No, it is because we need a lot more people to come in. We need a lot more people to come in. You hear any part of the world to be part, but I know you don't do it overnight. And whilst you are doing it, then you are creating the avenue for others to also bring it in at a convenient space. Into do baby after wire then I do baby after now you have it. You don't even have to ban. If you are producing enough, you don't even have to ban. The importer Nangasa will stop importing because he can get it from here. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say, based on the digital drive of the ability, 1 million young people in this country will be trained in IT and digital projects to ensure say and no will be an avenue for employment for these young people and that he will stick to it. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say ankran ni yebusuafo a omodi dem persons with disability a omo ko school omo wie secondary school person omo to aso omo to be every person with disability ebe ko school free e wo my way mu. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia sanso aka I insist say ekwen bia obefa so a yen man ya timu Ghana eneyi ye be make sure say your education sisi at the secondary level no ye be enhance no first of all the free education free CI school will remain maintained
be review
na say policy be at every point in time we review na say review dey monthly every month we review meetings every month
be review free SHS
you review every policy you review it on monthly basis.
Dr. Bawumia be review free SHS
what is review what a friend is a multimedia monko management meeting every month. Mokwa, what do you go and do? Is it not to review, look at what it is that you are doing, and see where you need to improve and where you need to tighten up. So if you ask this question, it's a given. It's in our cabinet. Who said in your cabinet? Cabinet is to review what government is doing.
But your mama so okay so be review, most of
one case of a review. Also need GD or senior high school forget you know.
Also be review.
Or say or he said, you see, let me tell you something. Okay. Review. O kotsena se a obesese ade no. Na wahwade am ye ni sunu ne ban etesen.
Okay.
Ekoyie. Okay, aha na kai se me chiche, ana kai se me chiche. But se wo ba be ka che me se ade na mo ye no, se ye me a enka me fa me sika enkohye sa ade nim. Na ade che wo be ka che me se mo ntoba me review a. My conclusion is that you have stated say we need. One of the reasons why people tell him say obo be cancel and they are right is that he has said it. Say ade no on fa ne sika nhiem. It is on fa sika nhiem na say o ka say obe review a. What does it mean? It means that ade na ye no, because you see free SHS is a financial intervention. Ade ba ko pe na free SHS ye. There ye ne say etua school fees e ma Ghana ni bi enye school ko. Nti either say review no, wo de scan bi ba be ka ho. Ana say wo beto mpaboa de ntare ashom.
Okay.
Ana say wo be use school fees to na free ho. Three of these o e bi ni ho biem. Okay, so be review and no.
This is a whole thing about the review.
But because free senior school payment of school fees.
Yeah.
Sa receipt bill bi na anka wo makwan na wo kofia wo beza de be ma wo na wo be school a wagiska wo betwa na ma receipt no aban say sa bill no school no mfama no no ntua enti wo be ko school a wonfa nyaboche wo be ko school a wonfa sika bi an den enko. That is what free senior school is about. Ebi nka ho. That is what free senior school is about.
Gary na fa back.
Ebi nka ho. Free senior school is simply metua fees bi na den ama wo. Ebi nka ho. Now, so what say Uber review free senior high school? One of the following.
Okay.
Mitua school fees the mamo. Mentor provisions the mamo.
Okay.
Mentor chop box the mamo. Mentor support mamo. Mentor seminar mamo.
Yeah.
So I just hear.
Yeah.
Enti and then school fees here ye call review meeting na they discussing you.
Okay.
School fees here ye a song. Ana ye fe bi nka ho. Nkole feed ni ye aban ye hu ne sen de bi ka wanka beboa na nkole yi desk ya ye de mom yi ye ne dade ana ye ne nnua. That is the kind of review conversation we have. The other option of review, which is also review, is also a factor of review. And they say ade no mutua fees me ba nipa dodo e ko school no mechichemu mema esikafo ma no etua school fees.
Okay.
Na mama ehia form ba na yeden akoni free. Don't forget, as someone make you know the former president has said it already. He has said it. Say he thinks that some people must be allowed to pay the fees.
And so the former finance minister.
And is that his position? On can check Ghana for it.
Okay.
I don't to minga. Catch Ghana for say oh me ba me gidi say mechemu ebi mbetu ebi muntua. Tell us. Don't come and hide behind our review. And then your cow say we review. Your real intention, you've told us, your real intention is that one, you don't believe in it because you say you won't spend over 2 billion in free senior high school. Okay. Two, you've said that you don't think every Ghanaian should go to secondary school for free.
Okay.
And that you think that some people should pay. It's okay reviewer. That's the one church more. It is easy for us to conclude that these are the things you will do.
Based on what it can come mate.
Of course. Of course. MPP there, yeah, say. MPP there, yeah, say. Free senior high school should remain in its current form. Do you know the form? Free senior high school is only payment of fees. That is the truth. Free senior high school a payment of fees.
What about feeding?
Some fees, that's a feed the fees.
Because at mana you need free senior high school. No. Na yena boarding no. Yenchia for feeding. Ni chia only at is a 40 something cities or also yemka enkanisa. So se na men boarding me me de enkan. But free senior high school by absorb the feeding, accommodation, any yet actual school fees.
Who school a bill near the amount, then actual so and not by amount. That's free senior high school. So they are in the Yake there. They be who coffee. I buy my bill.
Dennis,
no go. I buy my bill.
Yeah.
Sabi no buy it amount. They are na munye. So we dey o. So your body no who coffee I buy my bill.
Dennis miracle.
I buy it me tu amount. Who say who need gidie wum. Wo ba unji ni say 2 billion shim. 2. Unji ni say Ghana ni bia eco school free until there we nya kasa tenten. Be catch you say me policy a me be ba under free senior high school. Me review ne say me ba esikafo mba ebetua. Na hia from back with you. The catch any enfe no enyina so nto abai.
Me na say. Dennis Miracle Abuaje, Director of Communication, the man Dr. Alhaj Mahmoud Bawumia's campaign for 2024. yeye adwuma ya ba ne akọ Mulan so aka ho awose boys ndi kakra etu omboto ye ba ladies da so te enkunya so ye betu ankomo so ye ba ise eso we say ye live on DSTV channel 280 and also on Facebook Adom TV Extra. A lot of comments and well mamifa every femina fe mene miracle is zooming into other issues. Yeah, a border on Dr. Alhaj Mahmoud Bawumia's campaign. We see Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia presents bold solutions for Ghana's future. Let's rally behind his candidacy. Nanama for appear. Anyway, bye. John Ramani Mama has nothing more to offer Ghanaians. Let's vote for Dr. Alhaj Mahmoud Bawumia. Kojo Tachi Bene. And so, Eddie. And so, I don't know. Message na. I like to call you. Okay, so I'll try and get the messages back. Okay. Ghanaians need an innovative, visionary, and incorruptible leader like Dr. Alhaj Mahmoud Bawumia. Great work miracles, Abuaji, Emmanuel Kone Mensa, and so they are or the Ebaye Enonom. Miracle can never compare himself to Sami Jemfi. His communication are not even match. Okay. Patrick, I do say, and so I don't know. When you search on what the facts, champion Dennis Miracles Abuaji, Kobe Onyanseni, okay, Kobe Onyanseni, and so Eddie Enonom. When you say Dr. Alhaj Mahmoud Bawumia will reduce fiscal burden on government by leveraging the private sector to build roads, schools, and hospitals. This will enable government to have breathing space to implement policies that will ease suffering of the citizens. Arafat, Badonye, and so Edia, or the Ebaye, as well as great submissions by my hard-working communication director, Mr. Dennis Miracle Abuaji, Magdalena Greenwich. And so Eddie Magdalena can't hold anything to my main share others. So it was a good job, Honorable Miracles Abuaji, to my MP Obuafo Kojo Asanto, okay, Ghana Oba, and so Eddie and Dr. Alhaj Mahmoud Bawumia will leverage the private sector, okay, Bakai. And my main fact last week, Dr. Alhaj Mahmoud Bawumia will train 1 million youth in IT skills, including software developers, to provide job opportunities worldwide. Arafat Badonye, and so the Ebaye, and so. I don't know. Happy birthday and confirm lawyer Kesi Ejaben, special prosecutor. We wish you all the best. Miracles. Dear Muma, Dr. Bawumia is settling on Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, Minister for Energy, as the running mate.
I think so. Never me
okay.
In a decade. Political capital running mates in the beba. And now, why and in the power obey to me about Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Chidom. Now, the news I didn't want with to me Eddie Abib say Ochichi Abaya.
Okay.
But obey say answer na obey who coin say Obechichi Abaya. Now we win elections.
Yeah.
Inti say okra na we Einstein. Now we Archimedes say nkra when we ni about one na untumi nya ho kwan e na wo de unim DNA we nya sa wo nya ba be dey abebo. Inti na hu be hia say obepe nipa ba ko a ye betumi nya sa normal mienu we e wo ne mu because at the same time so no say we win elections ni wie na say dia obo uchi dom no wontumi enya ahode sugum bi so abo eno so e won sunsan so.
Okay.
Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is very clear in his mind say in Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh we have these two characters.
Okay.
Huge politician, very experienced. But your politics ejuma yache onim form otiasie with DMP severally co-parliament or your parliament ejuma shasi efife mwa bepe mu ne constituency. I mean, one of our biggest strongholds or the biggest strongholds of the MPP in the Ashanti region. he is loved in Ashanti region.
Okay.
Asante man this year omundi ni ho agro kra eno no. Enti politically you would agree say or you astute. See at the end year he brings on board very big capital to back Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia up. Into Dr. Bawumia can the numbers, then the votes are they call into the elections. But Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh so the kakraba be which is very crucial and critical.
Dr. Bawumia kasa etimi etisi fomo hwe the Ashanti region in total. Dr. Matthew Prempeh influence in the region. Mo ye say juma na etise aside the traditional constituency where he's the member of parliament. The Ashanti region in general, munya chunk of your vote to win 2024 election.
You can be rest assured say, and yet in doubt, Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh a draw Asante my woman. Okay. Okay. He's loved across the length and breadth of Ashanti region there. Okay. Inti you can be rest assured say Asante mai any Ashanti edoma ho din nyina better obodition echi. Not just because oyo obodition. Okay. But simply also because wati obonim. And that's the second reason that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is what the far Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh.
Yes, the napo
we are aware say
ye de napo ahye Bawumia kon. So po no also fan.
Na muso de ya mutu me kan say mo ye mo anso na last week was say mo frefre mo phone say Dr. Bawumia de napo kono mo so mo ngini. Na mo kan say na ya mo mte ya mo dan na. The fact is that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia or arriving on the Pune and presidential primaries.
Wow.
That's my car all over the airwaves. Because you see, or drink cocaine or drink actually, immediately you decided to be running for the presidency, or plotting Sanema winner. So he has always knew, say, Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh on the elections.
Even before we call primaries.
Before we call primaries. Way before we call primaries. Why? Because, to me, sorry, Prempeh Kaso Bedio Mampeni. It's all she now carry wo na ye bibia hu sade amekwa we na me ne meko we na me say na we na me de beto na hu say my ready asamako. So he needed to make sure he knew who is running me to be. Enti a perfect pair for the next chapter of Ghana. Perfect pair. Na yenya in Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh. And the second point I was making is that ade bekwa ma Ghana nyina any just pair we hu no is simply because Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh is known everywhere in this country without doubt say or you results oriented. Okay. Just say who the juma shine sasa on ya or yeah. But taya the man say juma am dey show say but any no o deliver. Or you go getter. Just say ade no be be she be obe make sure say ade no be successful no. Obe make sure say be successful. In nso nim the disciplinary level. In fact, or you so disciplined say do baby crowd mo say disciplined you are arrogant. But Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, he's been trained and groomed in the palace. And in the confidence level there, and then could draw the boldness there, you can't take that away from him. And no by misinterpreting it to be something else. He brings that to bear to cause positive change. And obi abetumi aka say we ministers and education ministry in the past few years. Now you nipa miensa when dike obetu to me. Because at the education ministry, everybody labor union leaders, Ebeka Chos, Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh is an exemplary leader. Nagrat, NAT, consent teachers, they will tell you. They will tell you, say, no, Opoku Prempeh only no kotena de muna mo fa adwenya. Ejuma na odi amane de no asem na mo kan. And he will make sure say we push you to get the results. He was given the responsibility to implement today one of the most impactful social intervention policy this country has seen in the history of this country. Free senior high school. That was a responsibility which was given to a friend said Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh. Okay. And he made sure he will roll the free senior high school out with the single objective being every Ghanaian child that when we are basic school, why ready to be secondary school no should have access to secondary school. And that objective, he ensured he
yes,
got
so
that
no one colleagues nibi wo mena support against him. Kwan be na Dr. Bawumia and the campaign team say they will bridge sa team was bia say other colleague members of parliament be a war.
Any news. A friend is saying ahimfie Ghana ha. Unim a friend is saying ahimfie dodo ye wo chieftaincy dispute wo. Omo kra ampo de omo nyina ye moja ba ko.
Okay.
Omo ye moja ba ko eye we akonya to a na prepare banko a dia akosi. Wo de wo ye ufi a friend is saying traditional hope. Wo de say prepare ban ho dia sa na beba. But nananum kohia na nyina agi tum ne ka say akosi nsia na atɔ ne nan so. Nti onu ba be di enim kan a dia extra ne say e nyina ka bom.
Okay.
Na obi akɔ mo apia wo na akwaba na yesomo. Nti you can be rest assured say immediately ebe wie national council meeting on Thursday. National council ebesi sudua asta ko no bete no mo be the final call ne beba.
Yeah.
Ebesi sudua approve say Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh and the running mate to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia no. You can be rest assured say every single person in the MPP will rally around this perfect spare and take us into the elections. Now, Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, she the Juma Oyo Education Ministry.
Okay.
She the Juma Oyo Energy Ministry. Every stakeholder will tell you. In fact, he is one of the few ministers or Ministry of Education. Ye nya labor unrest basa. Because ono be din komo, ono be kasa, obe frew, ono mo be tenase, obe tie mo, ono mo be to adwen, and that's why he was able to manage the ministry the manner in which he managed it. Maybe you haven't paid attention to it, but go and look at between 2017 and 2020. Now, question say, how was the education ministry and the education sector managed? Perfect, calm, peaceful environment, and that is how come we're able to implement that very audacious policy at a time that we did.
Yes, Dambuchwe jam hoko.
Dambuchwe mean ne eduma. Dambuchwe ne campaign chair. Oja ngo kwenfa. Ano pay wa hihye eduma ma me a chair me dia me here ano.
Yes, was the campaign afedi. As much as mama na abroso di atile ne so.
NDC for any so tane omo. So this me Dambuchwe ne eduma. Onim say even beyond campaign ko onim say me ne eduma. Yeah. Onim say me wofa. Me obi o Ghana ha ne party we ne say osura no pana say obese on Dambuchwe ka sa fami a obenya no. Dambuchwe me say ano pay wa hihye eduma ma me. Boto nchen. NDC for Afunomo. They are not happy with the way our campaign is going. Don't forget, I'm making this point. Don't forget, say, best start a campaign. Omuka say you to me run a campaign.
Okay.
Omuka say any message. Now, one was no pan and wash senia. Ya call round 16 regions and nay. As Omuko Omayira. No, the NDC who are supposed to be campaigning for almost 8 years now. Omu you are flag bearer a year ago, May 2023, and nay. Who be just a flag bearer over here? So if you were them, you will not be happy. It is as we speak this morning, Dambuchwe is the chairman of our campaign, running the affairs of this campaign for us, and nothing has changed.
Yes, what judgment in Aboso?
Aye. Bidanyamia say me ade na adwuma de ho nempe. Say minya hode de yenko ade ade. Minya hode yenko ade a what I say baku jai baku aja was
Good morning. Let me summarize my message in one sentence. My boss and director, Dennis Miracles Abuaji, is a genius. He speaks with data and fact. We are proud of him. Jesse Buako, marketing expert, and so dear, or the Ebayan. We're so fellow Ghanaians. Don't allow the NDC to repeat what they did to Kufuor in 2008 to win elections. In 2009, when people like Fifi Kwete were brought before Parliament, they admitted many of the things they said were just mere propaganda. People like Alote Jacobs went to apologize to Kufuor Nicodemously. The NDC could not jail a single MPP official after all the alleged scandals they claimed. Ghana today needs leaders who can better fight corruption with modern ideas like digitalization. Hashtag Bawumia 2024. Kweku Francis Ekumfi Ena Odifri. Ebe mrakameda se. Yemwe adwuma no. Ebe to aso. Ye digita wosa.
Ya misha wa mame.
Ya misha wa.
Na kakrakra. Bejidi say 9th December de yebese abisha wa ha. Na yeye postmortem.
Okay.
Kwan ye fa so ye retire John Mahama pre.
Okay.
Ya me ye mboa.
Well, Dennis Miracles Abuaji, Director of Communication, the Dr. Bawumia campaign for 2024. Meaning the question is an aseko mibia or jebre. A can who emerge media a successful. Watch that up, air out for Yebishia background.